back inside Ray Skillman Stadium tonight. The Center Grove Trojans hosting the Lawrence North Wildcats. The Wildcats secured the MIC championship last Friday night with a big home win against the Warren Central Warriors. Center Grove comes in with a 6-1 record. Trojans suffering their first loss of the season last Friday night to a very good Cathedral Fighting Irish team, and Lawrence North also at 6-1. So Ted Kitchell again. You got two of your top programs in the state of Indiana. Coach Mallory, Coach Moore, they know each other extremely well. Coach Moore always talks about Coach Mallory as like his son, and of course Coach Mallory says it's like a second dad with Coach Moore, but they know each other very well, and they know each other's programs very well.
Yeah, and I would expect them to, they're kind of searching right now. I mean, I would tell you that Coach Mallory probably not real happy with his team giving up 42 points in the first half last week, but proud of them because they were able to come back and win the football game. And with Coach Moore, I mean, he can't be very happy with his special teams. Last week did not perform the way they usually do when they're kicking field goals and important games like that, and then they really struggled in the second half to move the football up and down the field. So we'll see what type of things they worked on this week in practice, and I'm sure we'll see somebody's going to have some good results.
And JB and Coach Moore's interview, Brent Lay doing the interview, talked to him about, if you look at the stat sheet, Center Grove stats sheet looked impressive, but again, Center Grove just had some costly mistakes. The bad snap back here at the goal line resulted in a touchdown for Cathedral. Again, I mentioned in the pregame show already, a couple of blocked field goals, just some odd things that we typically don't see from Center Grove.
Yeah, and not to take anything from what Cathedral did, but I think that they sacked us 7 or 8 different times, so that negates a 30-yard catch if you're getting 7 or 8 the other way on the next play too. So I think collectively, the biggest thing, trying to get a little bit healthier, getting bigger staff back tonight helps. Let's run the football here a little bit tonight and play defense. You're going to have to tackle, but we're going to have to score some points tonight to win, I got a feeling.
And that's a good point. Coach talked about that, trying to wrap up more for Lawrence North. They're a very talented running back. Some say maybe the most talented running back in the state of Indiana. He had 4 or 5 rushing touchdowns last week against Warren Central. So Coach says you got to get him before he gets started. That's easier said than done. So that means you got to really contain. You got to be very disciplined. And that, as JB said, Ted, you got to tackle well tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they're afraid that he's going to do some bouncing off people, and somebody thinks they've got a good hit on him. He bounces off them, and down the road he goes 40 yards and on a touchdown. So I mean, you've got to. The thing that Coach Moore talked about was gang tackling. He mentioned it 2 or 3 times. You've got to gang tackling. That means everybody's got to jump in there at once and got to continue to punish. First of all, punish that runner if they're going to try to run the football. I mean, you got to punish them. But then on the offensive end, I mean, you've got to punish them also by, as JB say, you've got to run the football. Successful teams play defense and they can run the football, and that's something Center Grove did not do a very good job of the second half last week.
We see the Lawrence North Wildcats on the far side of the field in the all-white uniforms tonight. And the Center Grove Trojans in the end zone, about ready to come out of the helmet in just a moment as we see the captains coming to midfield. We'll have the coin flip here in just a moment. Again, it's fall break, the start of fall break here at Center Grove High School, so we kind of knew tonight wouldn't be a great crowd for Center Grove. It's a good crowd, but not a great crowd. A lot of people on vacation, so I'm sure we'll have a lot of fans online tonight either watching or listening to our web stream. So should be an interesting night of football. We've already dropped a couple of degrees in our temperature. We started our pregame show at 66, now at 64, so a nice, cool fall evening here at Ray Skillman Stadium. Coming up this Sunday, we'll have the IHSA tournament draw. So we're at that time of the year where you want to get guys healthy. You want to obviously be playing your best. Center Grove will have one final game next week at Bloomington South to wrap up the regular season. Bloomington South, a 5A team ranked number 2. They're having a heck of a season, and their coach, I guess, wanted to play Center Grove because going into the state tournament in Class 5A, he wanted to face a team into the season with a lot of speed, a lot of quickness like a Center Grove, and obviously the physicality that Center Grove plays with as well to prepare them for a 5A state run.
No, you know what? Long time ago, Bloomington South was one of the powers in the state. That would have been when it was only 5 classes. And, they've actually come up here a couple different times in the playoffs and beaten us back in the day. There's no doubt that they've got things going in the right direction down there, and it should be a fun one next week when we get there.
Center Grove has not played at Bloomington South since 2008. It was the sectional semifinals Halloween night. That was actually our first year of web streaming Center Grove football, so it's been a while.
So, Kevin, when's the last time that Lawrence North walked into this stadium and won?
1997.
Whoa!
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
And it hasn't happened during the Coach Moore era.
I was going to say, I'm sure that Coach Mallory, he's obviously not had much success coming in here. And I'm sure he's talked to his team about that, and I'm sure he's thinking it's probably time for them to step up and get a victory. So it should be an interesting game.
Well, last year, Ted, again, Center Grove lost at LN 34-21. That loss snapped Center Grove's 19-game winning streak against the Wildcats. So Center Grove's won 19 of the last 20, but it was snapped last year. But you're right. Coach Moore has been good, really good against LN here on the home field.
Ted, I'm going to do everything in my power to get invited back up here with you guys, and a Trojan win would go a long way in that. So, Trojans, if you can hear me, I'm having a lot of fun. This is a great broadcast. I was telling them before I got up here that nobody besides me or my mom has probably listened or watched more of these, and I'm excited to be up here tonight, guys. Thanks.
Appreciate you being with us tonight. Center Grove will receive to begin tonight's football game. And that concludes our Sycamore Construction pregame show. And now you see the 2025 Center Grove Trojans for the final time of the regular season on the home field. Fireworks presented by Horizon Bank. JB, what we love about this year is the band playing in the end zone. It's just wonderful having the band providing that school spirit.
No, we no doubt we have one of the best bands in the state, but this year they've changed it up and kind of gone with more of the pep band feel, and they've been great for a long, long time, but this year it's just extra special that they're in it with the crowd more.
Center Grove going with the black jerseys tonight, trimmed in the red numbers and whites. This would be the 38th meeting between these two teams on the gridiron. Center Grove leads the series 28-9. Coach Moore again 25-2 against Lawrence North. Again, Center Grove will receive to begin tonight's game. .14 dropping back deep, Aiden Francis, along with Nathan Goins. Also Eli Williams back deep for the Trojans.
Be interesting to see. I know that it's not maybe going to be in every kickoff, but I do think he's got a few touchbacks this year. And I think if you got a guy, Ted, that can put it in the end zone at the high school level, that's a weapon that you got to put in your back pocket and use it as much as you can.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about that. Kevin obviously has a very close interest to kicking, having his son having been the punter and kicker, and but yeah, it is a weapon, especially against a team like Lawrence North, who has some tremendous speed on the outside, and you're not going to let them turn the corner, because if they turn the corner, they're probably gone.
Our first half replay is being presented by Reese Restoration. Our first quarter presented by IU Health and by the Skin Lab. This is Griffin Smith kicking off 4 touchbacks this season. This one's going to be short, picked up just inside the 15. Across the 30, really solid field position for the Center Grove Trojans to begin tonight's game. 15-yard return. That's Aiden Francis with the return.
You know, very interesting there that you see their 2 leading tacklers are on special teams for them, and that's one of the things that Coach Mallory talked about, is he's going to try to use his best guys as often as he can, and you see it there with, like I said, their 2 top tacklers are on their kickoff team.
Sophomore quarterback Oscar Sloan hit quite a bit last week against Cathedral. 65% completion rate, 977 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Center Grove with the run, stumbling, tripping over that 30-yard line, if you will, for just 1 yard. That's number 12 with the run. That's Brody Tilton.
Looked like he had a little bit of green there, just unfortunately tripped up on his own feet, but I'm not afraid to go right back to it.
Second down and 9. 81. This is Reese Oliver in with the next play for the Trojans. Trying to catch a number. We were told that Lincoln Madden might be in at center, splitting some time with Kuntz tonight at center. And outside, that's Barry for the first down.
Good blocking out there to help him out. His buddy got between he and the football and picked up a first down.
13 yards for Barry. And 1 pushed him out of bounds.
Obviously a lot to like about Barry. The nice thing is I feel like here the last couple weeks he's taken it upon himself to try and make a few more plays. That catch he had last week was pretty impressive. And we're going to try to get the ball in his hands a lot tonight.
Football at the 43. Again, 13 yards for Barry. Trojans back to the ground game to the 45, couple of yards.
But JB had mentioned in the pregame show, it's so important for this team, especially Center Grove team, to be able to move the football on the ground. They've got a big offensive line, and they've been able to do it all year. And in the second half last week, they just had a real problem trying to pick up the blitzes that Peebles and his Cathedral team was coming at them all night. So if they could pick up 2 or 3 first downs to start this game, I think that would be huge for Oscar.
That was Biggerstaff, so great to see him back running. He's been out the last couple of weeks. Coach said he would get some carries tonight, so Jaden Biggerstaff got a couple of yards, and here's Biggerstaff coming to the perimeter. Boy, he took a shot, and so did the defender as well. Biggerstaff, he got back to his feet quickly, but looked like number 8 took the worst of that for LN.
Definitely good to have him back. He's had a good season running the football for us before he got banged up. I believe that was out at Trotwood, but 25 is having a nice season. And Ted, looked like about 3rd and 7 here, doesn't it?
Yep.
3rd and 7. Jaden Byers, the corner, took a hit on the perimeter. They're going to say, the scoreboard says 3rd and 6 here for the Trojans. Just under 2 minutes to play. Opening drive, Oscar Sloan. Play action, finds Timmons for the first down.
That's really run a well route. The guy knowing exactly where he needed to get to. He got to the sticks, able to catch the football, lean forward, and another first down for Center Grove.
9 yards for Timmons.
Nice job right there finding the sticks. Nice little easy throw to get Sloan maybe completion number 2 so far here on this drive.
A.J. Gaskin, senior linebacker, with the tackle. New set of downs here for the Center Grove Trojans. At the LN 44, dumps it off to Barry. And a great block to the 30, 20, 10.
Gone.
Touchdown, Dominic Barry. 44 yards.
Well, I don't know exactly what happened there. It looked like it was going to be an incomplete pass almost, and he reached down, picked it up, went between 2 defenders, and just didn't get untouched going to the end zone.
Great blocking here on the perimeter. Sprung it, and just like I mentioned a little bit earlier, I think 2's doing a lot more here with some injuries. And what great catch and run right there.
Corn Probst in to attempt the PAT kick, and it is good. 7-0, Center Grove strikes first.
Well, that's what they needed. That's a great job of moving the football down the field, running the football when you needed to, picking up a couple first downs when you needed to, and then get a great play by Barry to make a nice catch, good blocking, and get him into the end zone.
And JB, the importance of finishing off the drive. Remember last week, Center Grove against Cathedral early in the game had 3 really solid drives, but really just couldn't punch it in the end zone and stalled offensively. And tonight, great to see the opening drive put it in the end zone.
No, you're exactly right. Last week against Cathedral, there was a couple different times. We had good drives, which led to the yardage that you referenced earlier. but not being able to finish, especially in games against the Cathedrals, the Lawrence Norths, and the Brownsburgs, Warren Centrals of the ward, you're going to have a tough time staying in those games.
Well, and what it does for your confidence. I mean, when you get back out on the field on the offense, you feel like we can move the ball the way we're used to moving the football down the field. Instead, in the second half last week, it's like, they got shut down 2 or 3 times, and it's like, guys, we can't even pick up a first down. So it just does a lot as far as your confidence and being positive out there on the football field.
So with that touchdown by the Center Grove Trojans, Hobby Gentry Law of Greenwood will be donating $10 to the Center Grove Athletic Department. And with that extra point kick, State Farm agent Eric Wykowski donating $5 to the Center Grove Education Foundation. And now we'll see Corn Propes kick off. And going through my stats for today's game, I felt like Center Grove might have the upper hand here, if you will, with the kicking game. I think Corn Propes, what he does with kickoffs and punts, might give the Center Grove Trojans a slight advantage. However, with that said, the Lawrence North return men are lethal. They are very, very good. They have 1 touchdown on punt returns this year, and their kick return team also very, very good. So we got to see what the Trojans can do here to stay in their lanes and make tackles. There's a big opening right there in the middle of the field. That's Moore, and he is taken down just shy of the 30-yard line.
Oh, there he is, Moore. Folks. That's Zay Moore.
He is talented.
In fact, there's nobody more familiar with him than this junior class. I think they've been trying to tackle Zay going back to the Bantam football, the junior Trojan days. And we got 4 quarters to do it tonight. And I think this defense will be ready for the challenge.
Football at the 29 here for the Wildcats. Their top receiver, number 1. Munchin Sales, he's a junior, 6'5", good size. He's right here, split out to the right side. Again, Moore, Zay Moore in the backfield. And they're going to pass to Sales. He's got a good block on the perimeter, and the Center Grove Trojans flying to the ball, having some difficulty getting him down. They finally do. Again, tackling will be the most important thing tonight for the Trojans. They got to tackle well. Football at the 36. 7 yards here for LN.
Nope, Lawrence North is not going to try and hide it. They're going to try and get the ball to their athletes in space. You saw it right there. I think there's maybe 10 players in the country that are juniors that have been touted as 5-star type playmakers, and he's one of them.
Darian Prather, number 12, shotgun formation quarterback. Impressive numbers for this young man. Moore's first carry of the night. Good job by the Center Grove Trojans. Again, Coach said in the pregame show, you got to get to him early and bottle him up. Don't let him get started. Watch it on the Reese Restoration replay.
Well, usually when Center Grove plays this type of, it's not the first time Center Grove has seen one of the top running backs. They've through the years that they've seen a lot of them, but Eric Moore's team always tries to be very physical and really tackle and bring him to the ground.
Freshman Carson Sloan makes the tackle. Moore with a couple of yards. 3rd and 1 for LN. Prather fakes the handoff, throwing to Sales. Incomplete pass. A little bit off target with the pass. Sales had to dive for it. Couldn't quite hang on to it, so now 4th and 1. What does Coach Mallory do here early?
Well, his offense is staying on.
Here comes the punt unit coming in.
I think you have to take it. You can't give up that type of field position this early in the game.
So Breck Mallory in to punt. So JB, is this Coach Mallory's son, I would assume?
Nope, it sure is. In fact, second leading tackler, and he is actually committed to Western Michigan, and I got a feeling he's one of the leaders of this team.
Nice looking punt. On from his own 25. Lost it, gets back on it. Looks like Center Grove will have the football at the 26-yard line. 35 yards on the punt for Mallory. Second possession tonight for the Center Grove Trojans. 7:16 to go, first quarter. Center Grove leads at 7-0 over Lawrence North. Again, Dom Barry with a 44-yard touchdown reception from Oscar Sloan. So a good start for the offense. Obviously a good start for the defense, getting a stop here on LN.
Great start, both sides. And if you're a Trojan fan, I think you may have gotten a little bit of help on throwing it there on 3rd down and 1, but we'll take it.
Biggerstaff back in the lineup. There's Mallory with the tackle. You're right. He's a good one. Looks like a couple of yards for the Trojans. Biggerstaff to the 28. Good to see Biggerstaff back in. I think you're right. It was Trotwood Madison where he suffered that ankle injury. I think he had a little bit of an ankle injury prior to that game, but he really hurt it, I think, at Trotwood. So it's good to see him back running tonight. They don't feel like he can run maybe that 20-plus carries, but we'll see how this game unfolds here tonight. He's still in there behind Oscar Sloan. Biggerstaff off the left side. Good opening. Oh, wow, some good cuts. I love the fake to the left and the outside and cut it back inside for the first down.
I tell you what, I'd be okay. I don't need any 20-yard runs. I'll settle for 15 or 16, just like that. That's a good vision. Another good job by this offensive line. And, Ted, I know you and I don't like it, but Trojans are running the football a little bit tonight.
Yeah. They're and I like to see him run the football. That's Eric Moore football.
That's vintage.
Exactly right.
You're right. That's vintage Coach Moore football. He talked about it. Long drives tonight. That one went for 15 yards. Right back to Biggerstaff. He's across midfield, still fighting, still on his feet, and he's going to be spotted, it looked like, at the LN 49, so he gets 8 yards on the play.
Well, and I like 8 yards. 8 or 9 yards is a real key because now it puts you in a position where you can, fake it in there and throw it down the sideline. You can throw it over the middle. You have a lot of options.
Biggerstaff, a sophomore, after some nice runs, he'll go to the sideline to get a break. Center Grove handing off the ball again. That's Brody Tilton. He's inside the 40, moved the chains. Center Grove getting them big chunks here early, Ted.
Yeah, Tilton's done a good job. Asked to step in there, start the year. I mean, you wouldn't even have thought he'd probably make it running on Friday nights, but he's done an excellent job, and he's continued to stay positive, and he's really helped when they've needed help to a lot of their running backs.
Nope, he's done a nice job here the last couple of weeks filling in, and another good first down run right there from Tilton.
Collects 9 yards. First down Trojans at the LN 40. Just under 5 minutes to play. We're in the opening quarter, and now the exchange between quarterback and running back ends up on the turf. Recovered by CG. Brody Tilton got back on it. Lost a couple of yards back to the 42.
Nice job getting back on it. It looks like he just never really got it. Trojans are fortunate, just still playing second here.
Second down and 12. Reese Oliver splits out right. Eli Williams here to the left. Looks like Dom in the slot here on the left. Ooh, high snap. Bobbled it momentarily. Completes the pass to Eli Williams. And again, the timing just kind of thrown off with that bobbled snap by Oscar Sloan. Sometimes, JB, when you go in shotgun formation, you got to actually watch the ball in your hands. Sometimes you get your eyes looking at the defense, you're looking at your receiver, and sometimes you don't watch it coming in your hands, and you get that bobble once in a while.
Nope, a little bit of a bobble. Looked like trying to set up the screen here near side. Pretty good play call there, just a little bit of the execution that didn't work out that time for the Trojans.
So a loss of 2 more yards. So Center Grove now facing 3rd and 14. Handoff. Gets it inside the 40 to the 39. Biggerstaff 5 yards.
Got a punt.
4th and 9. Offense still on the field. Let's see what the Trojans elect to do.
Yeah, maybe he didn't hear me. Time to punt. He still didn't hear me.
I think Coach may at least line up at the moment to go for it. We'll see what happens here. Clock down to 14 on the play clock, so it's still plenty of time here. Center Grove in shotgun formation.
Good time for maybe a hard count, although the play clock's dwindling.
Biggerstaff in the pistol formation, if you will. Yeah, they let the clock expire. Maybe get a little extra room here for Corn Propes on this punt.
He heard you, Ted.
There you go.
So delay of game against the Trojans, 5-yard penalty. Again, gives Dallas a little more room on this punt.
That's another thing we struggled with last week was getting plays in on time. A couple times it ran right down to 0 as we're trying to run an offense and really not doing what we needed to as far as positioning.
Dallas 19 punts. He's averaging 35.5 per punt. 4 inside the 20. Low snap. He gets it away. Pressure from Mallory. He's going to be taken at the 10. He lost it. He gets back on it. I think that's Jones. He lost it momentarily, but he gathers it up.
Great punt right there.
33 yards inside the 20, his 5th of the season.
Even was able to handle a little bit of a low snap. You know, Ted, I was listening the other day. I think it was the 7th grade broadcast. I didn't realize, it may have been the 8th, but 7th or 8th broadcast, the reason why he liked special teams so much, it won him a Bantam Super Bowl one year. They lined up and kicked a field goal to win 11-8.
11-8.
And so
walk-off field goal to win it.
As a Bantam football coach myself, we're lining up next year. We're putting in special teams because we might need it. I don't know that I'll ever win a Super Bowl, but I'm going to try hard.
It's a secret weapon, I tell you. Because in Bantam, on the extra point kicks, they give you 2 points.
They give you 2 points.
If you get somebody who can do that, that's a weapon. Moore gets outside, and he's close to a first down. Boy, if he gets that edge, you got to watch out. He gets it across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, you've definitely got to set the edge and get him turned in because he gets out there around the end, and he could be gone in a hurry.
Drew Paxson got him out of bounds. 2nd down and 9 yards for Moore.
No, you definitely saw he's got a little bit different gear. Was able to pick up 9 yards there.
Prather in the gun. Going to go with Moore. He tried to go right, but nothing there. Good job by the Center Grove defense. Made him dance. There was just no hole, no opening, and he's taken down at the 20. He's going to lose a yard. Looked like Kobe Cherry got to him first. So 3rd down and a couple.
What a great year Cherry's having. Sure is nice to have him back up front. Not only is he probably commanding a double team each and every play, but he's, I think, 3rd leading tackler on the team.
He is. Drew Paxson, your leading tackler. Frankie Hayes, 2nd leading tackler. And then Kobe Cherry on that D-line, 3rd leading tackler. 3rd and a couple. Prather hands it off. Moore running here to the near side. He's got the first down. Tries to kick it outside to the perimeter, and Center Grove doing a good job. Coach talked about it. Gang tackling tonight. Pursue the ball. Gang tackle. Get Moore down on the field. Keep it in front. And looks like he gets it to the 26. 6 yards for Moore.
When you're going against a running back like Zay Moore, there's no doubt that he's going to get his touches. You just got to try to make sure he's got to get a lot of touches to put together an 80-yard drive on you.
Yeah, just don't want to give up that big play. You're right. Try to minimize that big play. Prather, sophomore quarterback. First-year starter. Scans the field. Sails wide open, but he threw it too high.
Thank God.
He was open.
He was.
Just threw it a little high. Watch it here on the replay. You can see he was open.
I'm sure they feel pretty confident if they've watched film. I know Coach Mallory has, that they can throw over the top and be very aggressive. Look at that play right there.
Sales, Ted, 6'5". Nice size receiver. But he just overthrows that one. Numbers on Prather, the quarterback this year. He's thrown for 1,249 yards, 16 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 65% completion rate. He's throwing on 2nd down and 10. He's got a completion at the 30. There's a flag in the backfield. Could this be a late hit on the quarterback? Pass is complete to Jones. Watch here on the replay. We might have a late hit. We'll see. Yeah, there was some contact with the quarterback. It was a 10-yard pickup for the Wildcats with that completed pass. Here's the call from the official. So it is a roughing the passer penalty, 15 yards.
I know who it was on, but I don't really want to say it on the broadcast, so if we could kind of just...
We'll just say it was number 11, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that.
Those of us in the true fan club not necessarily surprised. But he was just being aggressive.
He was being aggressive. It's that fine line between being aggressive and then you got to sometimes pull up. Football at the Center Grove 49. 1st and 10 here for the Wildcats. Here to the near side. 2 trying to turn it up. That's Amari Moore. Good job by the Trojans. 4 yards.
Pretty good job of getting out there and not letting him turn that corner.
So Amari's one of the guys that Coach Mallory mentioned. You know, obviously everybody knows about all the stars and all their athletes, but he's a guy that shows up to practice. And believe it or not, about 5 or 6 years ago, Coach Mallory started handing out the Scout Team Award himself, you know, every Monday. And it became a thing there at Lawrence North. And Zay and Davey and all those guys, they all practice each and every week.
2nd down. Moore sprints it out left side. Big hole through the 30.
Wow.
Tripped up as he gets close to the 25.
He just kind of glides above the turf there. He just kind of turned that. Watch him how quickly he's able to get to the line of scrimmage and how quickly he's able to get by it.
He can really accelerate through the hole. Gets it to the 26-yard line. Player down for the Center Grove Trojans. He's going to need some attention. Couldn't quite catch a number. $19 yards for Moore. And that was our final play of the first quarter, so we'll go to our quarter break. Center Grove leads Lawrence North 7-0 here at Ray Skillman Stadium. Tonight's game presented by IU Health. This is CG Football. We're ready for the second quarter. Center Grove leads Lawrence North 7-0. Don Berry with a 44-yard touchdown reception in that first quarter for the Trojans. For Lawrence North, 1st and 10 at the Center Grove 26. That was Burnett, defensive back that needed some help off the field. Back to action. There's a couple of flags down and now another flag. I think we have 3 flags on the play. That's Amari Moore with the carry. Finally got tripped up. Again, great speed on that sweep play to the right. Watch here on the replay to see, was there some holding maybe out on the edge against the Wildcats? And then there's a late flag as well.
Looked like, I think, maybe going to be a holding, maybe a block in the back over on that far sideline. And a second look at it.
Our second quarter tonight being presented by IU Health and by the Barn at Bay Horse Inn. So it is holding against the Wildcats. Football at the Center Grove 36. Replay first down. So it should be 1st and 20. Ted, great first half, or first quarter, I should say, for the Trojans, both sides of the ball.
Yeah, outstanding. I mean, able to move the football up and down the field and get points on the board. That was something that we had struggling time doing in the second half last week.
4 wide receivers set here for the Wildcats. Sophomore quarterback, Darian Prather in shotgun. Looking right, extends the play, rolls out of the pocket. He's their second leading rusher. He can run it, and he will run out of bounds, avoids any contact.
Pretty good job by Center Grove downfield.
Solid coverage by the Trojans. Football at the 31, 5 yards for Prather. Again, behind Moore, he's their second leading rusher.
He had a big one last week, took it at least from midfield. I couldn't tell exactly where the play started, but he is definitely a good athlete back there.
572 yards rushing. He's averaging 81 yards per game. 2nd and 15 here for the Wildcats. Long signal count. Prather, couple of steps back on the drop and throws it to his sideline, and Sales catches it out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah. Didn't give him a chance right there. His quarterback led him too much. He couldn't get a foot in.
Center Grove making some noise here on the near side. It's 3rd and 15. Big play here for this Trojan defense.
Well, if he can pick up 7 or 8 yards right here, they probably will go for it again. But if he doesn't, I don't know exactly what the heck he's going to do. Try a 50-yard field goal.
More than anything, may want to make sure you got his legs in check, too, on 3rd down.
Moore, he takes the handoff. Look to go outside, now cuts it back to the left side. 15, just hard to get him down. He gets the first down. So impressive.
Wow.
He's inside the 15, Ted, for the first down. 18 yards. Watch it again here on our replay, Ted. JB.
Yeah, you can see he just bounces it out. That's the thing Coach Moore is talking about. You know, so many times you feel like you got him and he's going to pick up 2 or 3 yards, and all of a sudden you look up and he's picked up 10.
Well, he's so quick and runs with such a low center of gravity that
sometimes it's hard to find him out there in the backfield. I mean, he's not very tall.
And about the time you find him, he's on you and past you. So it's a new set of downs here for the Wildcats at the Trojan 13. Here comes Moore to the 10, makes a move. He's to the 5 and trying to make his way to the goal line. They're trying to push him in. He's going to be stopped just shy. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 1 yard line. 12 yards for Moore. Looked like True Paxson got him first, was able to hang on, and finally, with some help from his teammates, got him down at the 1 yard line. 1st and goal here for the Wildcats. They're off to a wonderful start here in the second quarter. Just their second drive tonight. Their first one stalled. They had to punt. Moving the ball much better here in drive number 2. Moore looking for that little opening, goes low, and the far official says touchdown, Lawrence North.
looked like he got in, and he just kind of ducked his head and crossed that goal line.
You can see that's the same team that went 42 points against Warren Central in the first half last week, but they never no real concern that they can get it back. I mean, they can get it back quickly and confidently. They have a lot of confidence that they can get it done, and they do.
Griffin Smith, senior, will attempt the PAT kick. He's 33 of 36 this season. The quarterback holding Prather, and he puts it through. And we are tied 7-7. 10:03 to play. We're in the second quarter.
No, we knew they were going to score points. Good drive right there, put together by Lawrence North. Pretty easy to turn and hand it to number 3, and he showed you right there why he's one of the best running backs in the state.
Yeah, after what he did last week against Warren Central, I believe it was 5 touchdowns against the Warriors.
I definitely saw where it was over 200 yards, total yards, and video game type numbers, they say.
Well, he makes it look easy. I mean, it's the best running back I've seen that we've played against this year, and just makes it look so easy the way he moves around.
Once again, our first half replays being presented by Reese Restoration. Need home or business repairs? Reese Restoration has you covered. For a free estimate, call 317-954-5408 or visit Reese online at reeserestorationindy.net. That's Reese Restoration, building trust one project at a time. Smith will tee it up here at the left hash. Smith on the kickoffs this year, 4 touchbacks. He averages about the same on his punts. He's right at 35 on his punts and 35 for his kickoffs. Puts the left foot into it. It's going to be taken from the 12-yard line to the 20, 25. This is Brody Tilton fighting his way to the 30. Going to be stopped at the 29. Good return by Brody Tilton. 18 yards for Brody.
You know, he missed Drake McClurg in a lot of areas, but the return game is probably one of the more glaring, because anytime one had his hands on the football, you knew good things were going to happen. So had a chance to see Drake this week doing a little recovery, and I think 16 or 17 days after the surgery, and a smile on his face. So that was good to see this week for a little bit of time with Drake.
Great to hear the update. Trojans running the football effectively. Spin move at the end of that run. Biggerstaff picks up the first down. 13 yards for Biggie. Football at the 42-yard line. Ted, the Trojans getting that ground game going again.
Well, if they're going to be successful here tonight, they're going to have to get it going. I mean, they're just not going to be able to throw the football going down the field. They've got to get control of the football game by running it.
.9:51 to play. We're in the second quarter. We're tied at 7. Sticking with the ground game. Another nice run on first down for the Center Grove Trojans.
Nope, that's exactly what Center Grove's going to try and do. And good recipe for success, high school football, is if I can run the ball on first down, like Ted mentioned earlier. Now I got a second and short, lots of ways in which I can dial this next play up.
6 yards for Biggerstaff. Tackle made by Darian Jennings. Cross midfield to the Lawrence North 49.
Gonna be a little short.
Might be about a yard short of the first down. 3 yards. Watson makes the tackle. Defensive lineman for the Wildcats. They're going to put it now closer to the 50-yard line. So a couple of yards. I believe that was Tilton with the run. So now third and a couple here for the Trojans.
I like seeing the lineup in that wing tee.
Yes. Very tight. Wow, he got absolutely whipped to the ground. Still going to be a yard short. Center Grove gets the ball to the 49. Once again, that's 90. Andre Watson with the tackle. 265-pound defensive lineman. Needing 1 yard. Is this going to be the jumbo package?
Jumbo package.
Trojans 4th and 1, bringing in I always say the biggest, baddest dudes you have to try and get this first down. Center Grove quickly to the line of scrimmage. Trying to get that 1 yard. The big fella got it.
Is.
First down, Trojans. Lincoln Bright.
I'm pretty sure Lincoln Bright used to play a little running back in the day, Bantam football.
He's got 2 touchdowns on the season, a pick 6 on defense, and of course got a rushing touchdown as well down by the goal line. Huge first down for the Center Grove Trojans.
I think they went jumbo for the first time over there at Lawrence Central, I think, is when he got his rushing touchdown.
I think you're right, a couple of weeks ago. New set of downs. Ooh, play action going to Dom Berry. Lawrence North, really good discipline. They read that one well. Dom does get a couple of yards out of it, but they were really flying to the football.
Yeah, didn't block it quite as well as we did on the touchdown.
3 yards for Dom.
But the nice thing is that's a nice completion. Ted, maybe the most important thing in terms of keeping number 3 over there on the sidelines. The clock's going to continue to run here.
Yeah, that's very important.
Breck Mallory makes the tackle, 6'3" senior linebacker. 2nd and 7 for the Center Grove Trojans.
Wow, that's well blocked. I mean, nobody hardly touched him till he got 5 or 6 yards down the field.
Biggerstaff to the 36. 6 yards for Biggie. 3rd and 1 here for the Trojans.
And I don't mean this as anything negative against the class that I graduated with, but our senior year, if we would have been on our 4th or 5th string running back and had to play Cathedral, I can promise you it would have been a lot worse than 21-15. And, you know, we're banged up, but I still think this offensive line's doing a nice job up front for us.
Being very physical on 3rd and short. Biggerstaff, big hole. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Speaking of offensive line, big time hole right there. Biggerstaff takes it and does the rest himself.
Nice to see him answer the bell.
36-yard touchdown run for Biggerstaff.
Wow.
Looked like Brady Weber over there on the left side.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. Great to have him back in the lineup.
Well, it's so important after Lawrence North's able to, take the football down the field and put 7 points on the scoreboard to be able to come back and match that kind of right in your face and see if we can't get them stopped before halftime.
Corn Grove's good. Makes it 14-7 Trojans.
What a great answer right there. Ran the football. Biggerstaff did well on that drive. Tilton came in, picked up a couple tough yards there inside.
Something Center Grove's been missing with a lot of these injuries with the running backs. Guys that can run the ball between tackles. That's huge. You got guys that love to get to the perimeter, but you got to have those guys that run it between tackles.
No, that's what the next 6 or 7 weeks are going to be about, is the teams. Hey, it's fun in today's high school football to put it on Twitter, all these pass yards, but I promise you the teams that are going to be playing in late November are going to be the ones that can run the football.
Got to run the football. The weather gets a little lousy in October, November, so 14-7, Center Grove regains the lead. Don Berry scored the first touchdown for the Trojans back in the first quarter, 44-yard touchdown reception. Now Biggerstaff runs it in from 36 yards out. Moore with the 1-yard touchdown run for Lawrence North.
And I tell you what, with the numbers 1, 2, and 3 standing on the goal line down there, I would maybe try and kick this to the end zone or out of bounds, because those 3 have a little bit of a different gear, and we'd be giving them about a 20-yard head start here.
Corn Probst has that ability to
He's done a great job this year.
Yeah, he has on those touchbacks. Not much wind to speak of, though, tonight. 14 touchbacks this season. Kicks it to the corner at the 11-yard line. Amari Moore with the return. Breaks a tackle to the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, down the sideline, and he's going to go the distance. Touchdown, Lawrence North. I think that's 89 yards.
Thought he might have got a block in the back over there about the 50-yard line, but I don't see any flags.
Amari Moore, I think he goes 89 yards.
There is a flag on the play, but I think it looks like it's probably going to be in the area of about a sideline warning.
Sideline warning against LN.
Well,
they're discussing. Let's see.
Maybe they did something silly over here, 50 yards away from the ball.
Sideline warning means a player or a coach was in that white area on the sideline, gets in the way of the official on the sideline. They're still talking. Lawrence North out there with their PAT team. They're ready to kick an extra point. Here's the call. It is holding against the Lawrence North Wildcats. That will take away the touchdown.
I've not seen the replay just yet, but from where that flag is thrown, I think he was almost 40 yards away from the ball here.
Here's the replay.
Yeah, that's the one. That's where it was.
Looked like a lot closer there. Looked like
that's the one I saw.
Yeah, I think that was Zay Moore with the tackle there.
Was about around that between the 40-45 yard line. Holding occurred. Football at the 32-yard line now for the Lawrence North Wildcats. He erases that 80-some yard return by Moore for a touchdown. Center Grove catches a break. Maybe the next one does go out of bounds on the kickoff.
Well, and Ted, the ball's at about the 35, so next time just kick it out of bounds and give it to him there, because that was pretty electric on the return there.
5:50 to play. We're in the second quarter. Prather, quarterback, rolls right. And again, he's a great runner. I think his option one there was the pass, and didn't see anything develop down the field, so he does get some positive yards running the ball. Gets pushed out of bounds as he comes across. Let's see, they're going to put it at the 36-yard line, so 4 yards for Prather.
Just trying to get him outside the pocket, let him have the option to put it out there, or just like that, pick up a couple yards with his legs.
Second down and 6. Pulls it. He faked the handoff to Moore. Prather gets around the first defender, makes a little juke move on the sideline or out here on the edge, and Center Grove finally they get him out of bounds. He runs quite a distance, but doesn't get a ton of yards on this play.
Hayes missed him the first time there, but I tell you what, 34's had a nice year for the Trojans.
Just 1 yard to the 37. Well done by the Trojans to string that one out. Just not allowing Prather to turn it up. 3rd and 5, the call here for Coach Mallory and the Wildcats. 4 receiver sets. Moore in the backfield. They like to spread you out and hand it off to Moore. He's coming out of the backfield. A quick throw.
Intercepted right on cue.
Trojans. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Well done by number 34, Vinny Hayes. Pick 6.
Good job, Vinny. Done a nice job. He's in position. Watch how he takes 1 or 2 steps and drops right in the lane where he's throwing.
42.
Did a nice job. He started off with the guy that was his man, and then he went over and helped on the other.
Done a nice job. He plays that little rover spot. With a pick 6. Back-to-back weeks for an interception for this Trojan defense.
How big is that? I mean, you take away their touchdown, give them an opportunity, and we get a touchdown.
I tell you what, for the holding penalty, I think Coach Mallory should consider sitting out Zay a possession or two, really teach a little discipline on special teams.
I totally agree.
I'm going to send him a text message and suggest it.
3 interceptions for Vinny Hayes. That one covering 42 yards on the return for the touchdown. 21-7, Center Grove leads it. I believe that's the second pick 6 for CG this year. Lincoln Bright had one earlier in the season. It might have been against Ben Davis, I believe.
Okay, so now we get ready to kick off, and obviously kicking long is not an option. We're not getting it to the end zone. So you got to either pooch kick it, or you say kick it out of bounds. If you kick it out of bounds, where do they get it?
35.
Or kick again.
I guess that's always an option.
You're kicking again.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Mallory and I've got those 3 hedges, 3 big guys back there along the goal line. I'm going to keep making him kick it in play. I'm not going to let him just kick it out of bounds and take it to 35. I'm have him kick it again.
So with that interception and return, that's another $5 from the Hudson Industrial Services folks to the Center Grove Education Foundation. Appreciate that donation.
I think you'll see the pooch kick down around the 25 or 30 yard in the corner right there. Be like the 30-yard line.
Yeah, pretty big change of events there in a couple plays. The holding that brought back the nice return, and then big-time defensive play there with the pick six.
Pop-up kick to the Lawrence North sideline. It's going to be scooped up inside the 25, and they'll get it to the 25.
Perfect.
Couldn't ask for anything better than that. Well done by the Center Grove Trojans. Good job by Dallas.
Bounce popped up in the air. They either field it or we're going to field it and be our ball. So well done by the kicking team right there.
Nope, that's exactly where you want to put it. Allows your coverage team to get down there, tackle the football, and get this defense back out on the field. Being down's nothing new to Lawrence North, though. Like we said, they were down big last week at Warren Central. They're not going to go away from what they do here. They're going to try to put the ball in Three's hands and get 12 moving around a little bit so he's got some decisions he can make to run or pass.
.5:22 left to play, first half. Hand off to Moore. Really good blocking here on the perimeter by the
flag
receivers, but maybe too good. We have a holding call, looks like, against the Wildcats.
A holding.
Yes, at the 30-yard line. Started off pretty well, and then somebody gets called for holding. Was it number 2, Amari Moore? Guilty party for that hold.
They either got him or 10 Davian Jones here down on the near sideline, it looked like. I can tell just a little bit by how 10's walking around that huddle. I think he's the one that was the guilty party there for Lawrence North.
Body language tells you a lot. Football at the 20 now for the Wildcats. It'll be 1st and 15.
We've been able to get them behind the sticks a couple times tonight. Some penalties have helped with that. Trojans need to do a nice job here. Let's get them off the field, maybe get our offense back on one more time before half.
Moore goes in motion. He takes the handoff. He's trying to get outside. He gets it to the 20. Center Grove misses on that first try, and now he's going to be pushed out of bounds. And here comes a flag after the play. Moore gets pushed out of bounds, short of the first down, but again, a flag after the play.
Yeah, I think they're going to probably, looks like, get one of the Trojan defenders here for a little bit of activity after the play.
Might have been a late hit, possibly out of bounds. We'll see. They're spotting the football at the 31, so it looks like he picked up 11 yards on the carry. And now a penalty against the Center Grove Trojans. This is 15 yards against CG. All the way to the 46.
Kind of looked like he tackled him out of bounds and maybe pulled him about a second too late afterwards that they're going to say was a little bit unnecessary.
Late hit against the Trojans, cost them 15 yards. 1st and 10 here for the Wildcats. 4:39 left to play first half. Prather stands tall in the pocket, throwing a beautiful ball, and
holding coming back.
There's a touchdown strike, but there is a flag at the 44-yard line.
Definitely some holding. I know they don't like the call, but it's
Yeah, you see the left tackle for Lawrence North absolutely tackled the Center Grove defender. So that's a holding call on the left side of the line against the Wildcats. Good eyes, JB.
And nobody tackled the receiver, so that's, again, advantage Trojans because he got over the top. And made that one look pretty easy there.
Obviously, LN staff and sideline very upset, but you see the replay that we saw. It was pretty obvious. The left tackle tackled the Center Grove defender. So the football is going to be placed at the 36. So that's 2 touchdowns taken away by holding penalties against Lawrence North. First and 20 for the Wildcats. 4:32 left to play first half.
We're doing a nice job defensively, but we got to make sure we seal the edge. We got to try and get a little bit more pressure here on the quarterback to get the ball out of his hands.
Screen pass to Moore. Here's that open field tackle. Boy, shake and bake.
He went around him like he wasn't even there.
Spin move, 35, and finally inside the 30. Wow. He's tackled. So many moves, so quick. Watch it again, Ted. That was impressive.
Right here in front of you. He goes up, boom. You think there's 3 of them there, and he got by, run them through him. Not one of them got a glove on him.
Bottom line, they finally got him down. 28-yard line. 36 yards for Moore on that reception.
That's what he's capable of. I mean, we mentioned that second half he had last week against Warren Central, but even last year as a sophomore against us at their place.
Moore in motion. He takes the handoff.
Better job setting the edge. Where's the pursuit?
Amari Moore comes back this way. Center Grove's chasing him, and now he goes out of bounds and runs into Kobe, or actually it's Lincoln Bright. The Wildcats want a late hit.
You know, I don't think number 5 is necessarily known to pull up like that. That's good to see a little maturity right there. He did not.
Amari Moore, look at right here, he kind of slows down a little bit. I thought maybe he was hurt or tired. I'm not for sure, but he appears to be okay. Ran a lot. I think he's going to maybe take a play off here. He's going to go rest for a second. But yeah, Lincoln, I would say, made some contact, but I don't think it's enough for a penalty to be called. And timeout called by the Center Grove Trojans.
Better job that time setting the edge. We just didn't have any help from the backside there, and he was able to leak out the other way for.
He just it's hard to tackle. I mean, I thought they had him all the way over there on the other sideline, and all of a sudden, I mean, he's up and running towards our sideline. Crazy.
Coming up in just a moment, we'll have our Race Going Auto Group halftime show. 21-7, Center Grove by a couple of scores. 3:49 left to play first half. We do have some scores. Let's go to our Dan Gandolf Financial Services scoreboard, take a peek at some other games tonight. This is week 8. Brownsburg having no problems at all. The number 1 team in the state at Noblesville. Conference game 35-0. Headed to a running clock in the second half. How about Carmel this year? Putting up a lot of points. Kevin Wright's got that team playing at a high level. They're up 21-0 second quarter against Warren Central. Westfield and Fishers scoreless in the second quarter.
Fisher's the only team that's beaten this team,
Lawrence
right?
North,
Yep.
that's right. Decatur Central leads Perry Meridian 20-0, Mid-State Conference. Bloomington North and Columbus North tied at 7 apiece. That's in the second quarter.
One of the changes Lawrence North's probably happy about, Cathedral's no longer in their sectional. I think Decatur Central has moved in. I think it's Lawrence Central, Lawrence North, North Central, and Decatur Central this year.
How about Cathedral and New Powell, I think, are in the same sectional in 5A. All right, second down here for the Wildcats. 2nd and 4. Football at the Trojan 22. Prather hands it off to Moore. Zay Moore gets outside, and he's going to run out of some real estate and out of bounds. There is a flag from the back official at around the 14-yard line.
You know, it's a problem sometimes we start running more of that zone, that stretch stuff to the outside, that a little more likely for hold, and their receivers are doing a good job, but there's a difference between holding and tackling.
Yeah, and the problem is you get out there and you're out there all by yourself trying to block, and it's just so easy for an official to see it. Not that they don't see it other times, but very easy for them to see it when you're out there on that island.
Looked like Desmond Bakersville. He's a junior wide receiver.
It's on Center Grove.
Was it hands to the face, I believe, against Center Grove? Somebody for Center Grove got their hands up.
Wow.
To the helmet face area, so it's against Center Grove. I thought maybe it was going to be a holding
from the
call.
replay that I saw, but
thought maybe the wide receiver is going to be called for holding, but this one goes against Center Grove. The ball up to 10. It's going to be first and goal at the 10 here for the Wildcats. 3:41 to play in this first half. Four receivers. Zaymore in the backfield. And he's going to take the handoff, trying to get outside, and he's tripped up. He doesn't quite get to the end zone. Vinny Hayes trips him up here on the perimeter. He'll be marked at between the 1 and 2 yard line. What a play by Vinny Hayes.
Nice job running, trying to track that inside hip. But I can promise you, trying to tackle that inside hip is one of the hardest things these guys are going to have to do tonight.
So
He's
Moore
just
gets
fast.
9 yards. Second and goal, again, between that 1 and 2 yard line. Moore, he's going to walk in. Excellent blocking on that right side by the Lawrence North Wildcats. Moore scores from a yard out. His second score tonight.
A couple penalties did not help there. We gave him 15 free ones. And then we cut it to about half the distance on the hands to the face.
Griffin Smith with the PAT kick. I've said this before. He's a lefty. He puts it through. It's now a 21-14 ball game. So, JB, this is something I learned from my son as he was a holder not only for Center Grove but also for IU. Some holders can't hold for left-footed kickers. You got to be somewhat ambidextrous. You got to be good with your right hand and your left hand. And Drew, my son, was a baseball player, basketball player, so he worked a lot on his left hand. But he was at IU. They had a right-footed kicker in Oaks, and then the next year he had to hold for a lefty. And a lot of the guys on the team couldn't do it.
No, that's definitely very interesting. I mean, that I'm probably more familiar with the aspect of the baseball being left-handed and how it comes off your hands a little bit differently. But, no, not something you see every day in a left-footed kicker. But I think he's done a pretty nice job this year for Lawrence North. It looked like the majority of his PATs and a few touchbacks on the year. Ted, can you kick a field goal? Could you ever? I mean, if you had to.
Right-footed, I could have. I mean, not left-footed. But
Ted was a punter back in the day, right, Ted?
I was a punter. Yes, I was.
And did you do long snapping too?
I was an defensive defensive tackle, offensive tight end. I punted and I snapped extra points.
I don't think he came off the field.
I was on the field the whole time.
And he shot a few jump shots along the way too.
Yeah.
We'll get to our scoreboard, some other scores here in just a moment, but first we'll have this kickoff by the Lawrence North Wildcats. We got a one-score difference in this one. Center Grove leading 21-14, 2:49 remaining first half. Center Grove still with some time here to move this football, maybe get one more score before halftime.
Well, stay alert. Stay alert.
Going to be taken just inside the 15. Eli Williams. Boy, he's a physical runner, isn't he? Gets it across the 35.
Nice return.
To the 36, 26-yard return. He's a very physical wide receiver.
just under 3 minutes to go. I don't necessarily know that points are that important as much as it is making sure they don't get the football back here before half. So I do think they get it to start coming out. So
Lawrence North will receive to begin the second half.
Protect the football and see if we can't run down here, but not the most important thing.
Biggerstaff doing a good job popping that one outside. Couldn't find anything between tackles. Good vision. 8 yards.
He's an outstanding first half. I mean, he's running hard. He's picking up 7, 8, 9 yards every time he gets a hold of it.
Second down and 2. Whistles, flag, far side of the field. This one going against Center Grove.
Wow, there's just no excuse for that. Somebody not paying attention.
False start against the Trojans. So now it'll be 2nd and 7 at the 39.
Both these linebackers for Lawrence North have over 100 tackles. Get those two guys spoken for, like maybe right there.
First down, CG, then another flag. Biggerstaff, 9 yards. It's enough for a first down, but what's this flag all about? Possibly face mask against the Wildcats. Didn't really see holding.
I guessed on the last one it was wrong. I'm not going to do that again. So
maybe we should just maybe I need to be a little more patient, right? They're going to wave it off. So no flag. So the run will stand. It'll be a first down for the Trojans.
It kind of looked like, just from maybe the angle of the official that threw the flag, that it looked like face mask. But they got with New York and they said it wasn't. So
move the chains. Biggerstaff, 9 yards.
Well, you're now start thinking about putting points on the board. You're at the 50-yard line. You're going to have a pickup right here.
Don Berry, 45, out of bounds, stops the clock.
Now you're down at the 40-yard line.
1:42 to play. Get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Nice execution there by Center Grove. A little pick play.
Yeah, really well done right there. They're at the 40-yard line. If they can get to the 30-yard line, they got a legitimate chance in kicking a field goal.
11 yards for Don Berry. It was really well blocked on the perimeter.
Trojans have done a nice job on the perimeter tonight. That obviously led to Berry's big one earlier.
Corn Probst, his long 52 yards. Biggerstaff to the 39, couple of yards. Down to 90 seconds. Breck Mallory in on the stop for the Wildcats.
Tell you what, you get their linebackers coming in there really tight, thinking that we want to throw the football, and you fake it in there and throw it over the top. You probably find somebody open.
Sloan, good job. Nobody was open. They really read that screen pass well. He just got rid of it.
It's a good play.
I do like the screen idea, though.
There was a receiver in the vicinity. They want grounding, but there was a receiver in the vicinity.
Yeah.
And you just threw it short to the receiver. He was covered up, so it's going to stand as a...
Tilton was over here.
That's right. He was a receiver in the vicinity. So it'll be 3rd and 8. You're right, Ted. The Trojans, they really like to get it closer to that 30 for any kind of a field goal attempt.
Yeah, you get down to the 30, you're going to have about a 47-yard attempt, which is doable. No win tonight.
If they can get it to the 35, that's a... Oh, wow.
Nice little draw.
Wow. Big play. To the 20.
Go,
15,
go,
10,
go.
Woo! Fell out of his pocket,
Brody
fellas.
Tilton.
It might be coming back here.
There's a flag at the 39. You're right. Good eyes, JB. Watch the replay. Watch about the 39-yard line. See what we have. Holding is what they're indicating against Center Grove. Holding against CG.
I think they might get
right tackle maybe with the hold.
Looked like maybe TJ Knight there.
TJ Knight possibly. He's the right guard. So Tilton, 39-yard touchdown run taken away by the hold.
You know, and that's another thing last week that hurt the Trojans. You know, we had a bunch of yards, but we did have a couple big-time holding calls that brought some nice runs back.
Yeah, and those big penalties just kill you. They kill you drive.
3rd and 18. We're down to 58 seconds. This is Biggerstaff.
Another hold.
Flag on the perimeter. Not much there for Biggerstaff, but again, there's a flag at
Now
the 50.
you got to think probably about declining it, though, if you're Lawrence North, wouldn't you think? Make it be 4th and long, make Center Grove punt it back to you, which is the one thing we maybe talked about not trying to do is give them the ball back.
Football at the 47. You got a couple of yards, you're right. One would think they would decline it, make it 4th and long. 51 seconds left in this opening half. Yes, they're going to decline.
You know, one thing, Lawrence North crowd tonight, they've been coming over here for a long time. I bet this is one of their better crowds that they've brought.
Lawrence North, McChamp, 6-1, ranked number 5 in Class 6A.
We better get it moving here. Don't hurry and make a bad play. Make sure you're solid. Forward. 2, 1.
Just got the snap off. Corn Propes drives it deep. It's going to drop at around the 14. Takes a Center Grove bounce. Now it goes sideways. That's what you want.
Great punt.
Perfect.
$38 yards on the punt for Corn Propes.
Another one inside the 20. That one took a nice little bounce. 43 seconds here, boys. We got to stop them and get into that locker room.
Yeah, you don't want to fall asleep in a situation like this because Moore, as quick as he is, he can turn 95 yards into nothing if you get him out in the open.
Lawrence North should have all 3 timeouts here.
Delayed handoff going to Moore. They had him wrapped up. He spins out of a tackle, and now they trip him up on the perimeter.
True was there. He's just got to wrap up.
Got to hang on. Onay makes the tackle. He gets it to the 14, 7 yards for Moore. Got out of bounds. Stops the clock with 35 seconds. Prather, good pocket. Across the middle.
Good pressure there.
Underthrows.
Cherry was back there.
How timeouts does Center Grove have?
2 timeouts, I believe.
I think you'd want to be using your timeouts if you get a chance.
Baskerville was the intended receiver. 3rd and 3. Yeah, Center Grove 2 timeouts. Lawrence North 3 timeouts. Football at the LN 14. Prather hands it off to Moore. Great job by the Trojans.
Great job. Maybe use one here.
Timeout.
There's a flag in on the tackle. Hayes made the tackle for CG. Looked like that was Frankie Hayes. Quite a few penalties here in this first half.
Something on them. I don't know what it is.
Personal foul, face mask against Center Grove.
Oh.
I believe this will be the 15-yard variety. Not incidental. They're saying this is the unsportsmanlike conduct 15-yard type variety. So first down for the Wildcats. Something happened on that tackle. Got a little too high up in the face mask area. Football at the 29.
Don't fall asleep. They still got number 1 standing out there on that far sideline.
That's Sales. He's looking in that direction. Prather looking. Now he comes this way to Moore. Moore, once again, that good spin move.
Great
but this
tackle.
time, is that Micaiah that got him down? Heck of a tackle by Micaiah. Ryan Micaiah, the sophomore DB. He was ready for that spin move. Tripped him up.
He would have had plenty of green out in front of him there. Great job coming up, tackling him, getting him to the ground.
Loss of 6 yards. 14 seconds left. Timeout called. Football at the 23-yard line. Stay tuned. Coming up in just a moment, our halftime show will get you caught up on week number 8 of the Indiana High School football season. Some scores from Central Indiana. Center Grove will conclude the regular season next week at Bloomington South. Center Grove last played down at South back in 2008. And Ted, that was my first year web streaming Center Grove football. I remember going down there, our very first football event ever. We scrimmaged Bloomington South that year, and then we went back down there Halloween night in the sectional semifinals. Jordan Allen led the Trojans to victory that night, blowout win. But CG goes back to Bloomington South for the first time since 2008 next Friday.
Mr. Guilfoyle remembers some sectional 7 battles. You go down there, they probably still have those jugs, and they shake them real loud at you.
They put rocks in them, I believe.
In fact, I think maybe my freshman year, they beat us in the state playoffs there. I think sectional championship down at their place. Mo Moriarty is back involved, I think, right?
Is he? I'm not for sure. Is he an assistant, maybe?
I think so.
Mo's a great coach.
He is.
Wonderful coach. There's
Holding,
another
that's a
flag,
hold.
and Prather's going to run the football. He gets out of bounds. He's tackled by Frankie Hayes, but there is a flag, 2 flags down at around the 15-yard line. It appears to be holding against the Wildcats. It is holding against LN.
Somebody stick a fork on this first half. Let's get out of here.
Just don't throw a flag on it.
So with the penalty, it's now going to be inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. 10-yard penalty.
And I know this sounds crazy, but 5 seconds. These guys are still in striking distance at any time, Ted. We got to make sure we're ready to go here on this final play.
Yeah, you don't want to fall asleep. Put him down. Put him down on the ground.
Hand off to Moore. Zay gets outside, and the Trojans make the tackle. He gets it close to the 20, and there's another flag after the play. Let's see what this is about.
That's going to be on us.
One untimed
Didn't it look
play.
like it maybe something a little late there? Either way.
If it's a defensive penalty, they'll have another play. Football's at the 19. He picked up 6 yards.
I think they're going to walk over there and ask Coach Mallory if he wants one more play.
Or he could have it assessed on the – well, they get the ball. They receive in the second half. I guess they could march Center Grove back. He might want to take the penalty if that's a thing, maybe to begin the second half.
They're done, second half. Seven and a half.
I think they're going to decline it and see what it is, though.
Still some discussion with the referees with Coach Mallory on that far side of the field. I don't know if they can carry that over to the kickoff situation. Lawrence North will receive to begin the second half. Still having a conversation with Coach Mallory. Let's see if we'll get a call from
there's no way they're going to let them carry it over. I mean, if they want to run it, you can run it right here, but you're not going to get it moved to the next quarter.
It's a personal foul. It's against Lawrence North. And they're saying maybe it'll be assessed so Center Grove won't kick from the 40. They'll maybe 15 yards closer to the
Eric's Vega has us 15 yards kicking into their end zone.
That's right. That's not a bad thing to begin the second half. All right, 21-14. Center Grove leads it here at halftime over the Lawrence North Wildcats. Our Ray Skillman Auto Group halftime show is up next. This is CG Football presented by IU Health.
It's absolutely special, obviously, to have a kid in the Super Bowl and to have a kid win a national championship in college.
Play in the NFL. That's every little kid's dream when they step on a football field. But just being able to get to that, that opportunity and moment, especially being with the Chiefs, like I was saying, it's just been a blessing. And Coach Moore, all my family, and all my friends around me too have helped me along the way.
Ever since I stepped foot off of Center Grove, I've definitely heard from, honestly, I'd say thousands of people from around this community, and I've just felt so much love from them. It's been great.
We have a great professional community because our parents are caring and our parents understand the importance of Center Grove. So many great schools come here to recruit, and everybody asks me, well, why would schools, these great academic schools, come here? Because they know they get the best student athletes. Center Grove teachers are the best teachers, and they teach college prep classes.
I feel like with Center Grove, I feel like you just set at a higher standard just from everybody, and it kind of just pushes you to want to be the best version of yourself.
Man, it's just been an amazing opportunity just to grow up in this, this type of area. Even since we were young, all the families, parents, moms and dads have been there for everybody.
That family atmosphere where everybody takes care of everybody and we don't really worry about what's outside of our community. It's just we take care of ourselves so well.
I just want to say thank you to everybody for the support. It means the world to me.
There's a great community and a great atmosphere just for everything you do in Center Grove. I feel like everything you do, you have a great mindset, and just all the people you're around, you feel like you're loved and you're supported by everything you do.
I love that they're humble, and I love that they still love to practice. But what I love the most is they're just the greatest young men of all.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
Closes in days, not weeks.
Well, it looks like the hometown team of Bailey & Wood Mortgage Lenders is running some really great plays.
Yeah, Walker. It is the winning combination of in-house processing and underwriting, along with providing 5-star customer service that gets you to the closing table fast.
It's pretty evident that Bailey & Wood is the winning team for all your mortgage needs.
Mortgages and snacks.
Yeah.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. When you work with a world-class agent at Coldwell Banker, you benefit from trusted guidance and our revolutionary seller's assurance program to make your home sale more rewarding than ever. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams.
Our car wash remembers your car's quirks better than your favorite barista remembers your coffee order. Delivering a wash experience as smooth and effortless as your morning latte.
simple moments, ordinary experiences. They happen every day. Each one of them small, yet make our lives special. Maintained by a company that cares about you. Everyday moments like these brought to you by Peterman Brothers, where great service runs in the family.
Take the rest of the year off from payments at Race Gilman Buick GMC. The Halloween treats will be sweeter, the Thanksgiving turkey will be tastier, and you'll have extra cash this Christmas with no payments for 120 days. Plus, get 0% financing and save up to $10,000 on a new GMC Sierra and 0.9% financing on the entire Buick lineup. Make no payments until next year at Race Gilman Buick GMC.
We're at halftime here at Ray Skillman Stadium. 21-14, Center Grove leads Lawrence North. Dom Barry, touchdown reception, 44 yards. Biggerstaff, 36-yard touchdown run. And also Biggerstaff had another nice run for the Trojans from, I'm trying to check my notes here. Actually, it was Vinny Hayes. I forgot about that. The pick six, 42-yard return, JB. I forgot. So they got a defensive touchdown, Biggerstaff, 36-yard rushing touchdown. And, of course, Dom got that first reception back in the first quarter. And Moore got a couple of touchdowns for the Lawrence North Wildcats. But all in all, JB, I felt like the Center Grove Trojans were solid here in the first half. This is a very dangerous Lawrence North team. Their offense, they have so many weapons.
Dangerous, and there's no doubt that they can score points in bunches. I thought offensively for Center Grove, we did a nice job establishing the running game like you just mentioned. I thought we put Oscar in a situation where he was making pretty high percentage throws and getting it to some of our playmakers. Hey, Zay Moore's going to get a bunch of yards on Friday night. I think the Trojans did a nice job there in the first half, limiting in terms of his big play explosiveness to where they had to put a drive together a couple different times. But no, I thought overall first half went pretty well. I know we were fortunate there on some penalties that took some points off the board for them. But let's get going back out here in the second half, continuing to run the football. And, hey, we know what we got to do. I thought we did a nice job on their receiving game in terms of limiting what they're trying to do there. I know we did have one that was called back, so a little friendly help there from Mr. Official. But we're trying to keep these guys in front of us, and so far they're doing a nice job.
Here's some statistics here at halftime for you from the first half. Oscar Sloan, 6 of 7 passing, 77 yards, 1 touchdown, again going to Dom Barry. That pass in the first quarter, 44 yards on that opening drive. How about Jaden Biggerstaff making a nice return to the lineup after injury for the Trojans? He has 14 carries, 115 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Again, his touchdown covered 36 yards. For Lawrence North, their quarterback, sophomore quarterback, Darian Prather, he's 4 of 8, 47 yards, 1 interception. That was, again, the pick six returned by Vinny Hayes, I should say, 42 yards for the touchdown. Zay Moore in the backfield, 14 carries, 90 yards, couple of touchdowns. And Moore also has a couple of catches for 30 yards receiving. So, again, the Trojans up 21-14 here at intermission. And let's go now to our Dan Gandolf Financial Services scoreboard, get you caught up on Week 8 scores here in Central Indiana. Brownsburg, again, running clock situation in the second half. They're shutting out Noblesville late second quarter, 42-0. Brownsburg, your number 1 team in the state of Indiana. The Carmel Greyhounds, now your number 2 team in the state, because Center Grove with the loss last week dropped to number 3. Carmel leads Warren Central 35-7. That's in the second quarter. In the second quarter, Westfield Fisher still scoreless. Decatur Central in the second quarter shutting out Perry Meridian Mid-State Conference 28-0. Halftime, Columbus North and Bloomington North tied 7-7. Columbus North could be a potential sectional opponent for CG. Also at halftime, Zionsville trails Avon 7-0. Halftime, HSC at home leads Franklin Central 17-14. Another potential sectional opponent in Franklin Central.
And your alma mater.
And my alma mater. We got Covington in Kentucky at halftime. The Colonels and the Cathedral Fighting Irish scoreless 0-0.
Covington just right on the other side there.
That's Cincinnati.
Yeah,
that is correct. Lafayette Harrison, a 6A team. The Raiders at home at halftime, but Roncalli and 4A with a nice size lead, 36-7. Lawrence Central at home tied 14-14 with Ben Davis in the second quarter. Pike at home leading North Central 21-7 at intermission.
I think Lawrence North goes to Pike next year to finish their regular season.
That's right, yeah. Technically, Lawrence North.
Technically MIG champs, but I think
to win it outright,
they got to
beat Pike
next week.
That's right. It is senior night for the Center Grove Marching Band and the Center Grove Dancers, so we're going to pause and take a listen and watch tonight's performance by the Center Grove Marching Band here at halftime. outdone the 2025 Center Grove High School Marching Band. We're at halftime, 21-14. We'll take a break and be back with the second half. This is CG Football being presented tonight by IU Health.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
It may be intense, it may be emotional, but it's only a game. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you of these sportsmanship tips.
When an official makes a call, accept it. When a member of the opposing team makes a great play, applaud it.
When an opponent extends a hand after the game, shake it.
Play it cool, practice sportsmanship. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport. Go Trojans, go Trojans.
Providing great service is about more than installing water heaters and fixing ACs at Peterman Brothers.
It's about serving people and serving our community.
We see it as our responsibility to help our community grow.
It's why we gave over $71,000 to local charities last year.
When you choose to do business with us, you aren't just getting great quality service for yourself.
You're also supporting your community.
Peterman Brothers, where great service runs in the family.
Take the rest of the year off from payments at Racegum Buick GMC. Get 0% financing and save up to $10,000 on a new GMC Sierra. Make no payments until next year at Racegum Buick GMC.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 365 times, shame on the weatherman. Stop trusting the weatherman and start trusting your instincts.
Back inside Racegum Stadium, 21-14 here at intermission. Center Grove leads Lawrence North. Lawrence North will receive to begin the second half. Kevin Conrad, Ted Kitchell, and J.B. Paxton with you tonight high atop Racegum Stadium. And Ted, again, just didn't know what to expect from Center Grove. Tough loss last week, first loss of the season. But I tell you, Coach Moore and his staff, they've put together a heck of a game plan so far in tonight's ball game against Lawrence North. That was a really strong first half for CG.
Yeah, you know you're going to get a good effort out of Coach Moore and his staff getting together and finding some openings, things that they weren't able to do last week that they're able to do this week. So they moved the ball on ground, which is very important in their offense. Nice defensive play by Frankie. Or Vinny, I guess it was, right? Vinny?
Yeah, Vinny had the pick six.
Vinny had the pick six. That was big. But this possession here to start the half by both teams is very, very important because you could really take the steam out of Lawrence North if you could, get them 3 and out or get them to where they have to punt. If we continue to have to chase number 3 around all the way around the field, it's going to make a tough half. But it might be what you have to do. But then when we get the football back, I think it's very important for us to be able to move the football down the field.
And JB, how great is it to have Biggerstaff back in the lineup? He's over 100 yards rushing here in the first half.
No, and everything he did was between the tackles. He's running hard. Looks like for a guy coming off an ankle injury, looks like lower half's moving pretty well. And kind of fitting here, we got a penalty from the first half that'll carry over. So there were a couple flags in the half, weren't there?
Yeah.
I was just joking. I think our horn guy up top, he got a flag thrown against him. That was a little tongue-in-cheek there. So we're underway here in the third quarter. Again, because of that penalty at the end of the second quarter against LN, the 15-yard penalty. Cornpro's kicking that one off from the LN 45. Puts it in the end zone for a touchback, so the Wildcats will have it at their own 20.
We've got to do a better job of putting him on the ground. Number 3, of course, we're talking about him. Mr. Moore, so he just really, really good and really good in space. So you've got to get 2 or 3 guys after him, and you got to get after him and put him on the ground.
Our second half replays presented by Howard Companies. Our third quarter presented by IU Health and by Morgan Insurance Group. Play action. Throwing one to Sales. He's got the catch.
Gone.
And he will take it to the end zone untouched. Touchdown. Got by Micaiah, 80-yard touchdown pass. You got to scan the field, make sure no penalties, and I don't see any penalty flags. One play, touchdown LN.
Yeah, that's what we talked about, momentum switch right there. I mean, they come out of the locker room, they wanted to get a hold of that momentum, and they got a one-on-one situation, and their guy was a little bit better than ours.
Got free, nobody over the top. Nice little pitch and catch there for 80 yards to start for Lawrence North.
9 touchdown receptions for Sales on the season.
I think he scores about 25% of the time he has the ball in his hand. That's a pretty impressive number there from a wide receiver.
Kick is good. We're tied at 21 apiece. That didn't take long.
Nope.
12 seconds?
Yeah.
Took him 12 seconds to snap, throw, score. You see Coach Moore as the team comes off the field. Boy, he's cheering them up, man. He's trying to keep their daubers up. It's going to be a fight here in the second half, that's for sure.
Well, let's just say it was tied at halftime, right? Okay, and this is us getting the ball here. We're going to get the ball to start the second half here. And I think we build off that nice first half of running the football, putting Oscar in situations where he's second and third and not very long. I think we keep trying to use Don Barry, get him involved.
Stay away from penalties. You're going to have to stay away from penalties. This is a group of officials that seem to
definitely like letting us know that they're here tonight.
Yeah, keep that yellow flag in your pocket would be good news.
It's pretty easy to see why I think every team in the country wants number 1 on their team.
He's special.
Made it look pretty easy getting down the field.
Well, he gave so many problems. I mean, not are you worried about him, but if you don't tackle him, then you end up trying to tackle the wide receiver. You saw what he could do. He just went 80 yards without any problem. So, they create a lot of problems for you. They got a lot of playmakers.
Smith with the left foot drives it to the 6-yard line. 20, 25. Dives across the 25, and
right on cue.
What do you know? Another flag. Tilton with the return and a flag at the
That's usually not good.
30-yard line. Holding against, blocking the back maybe.
Usually not good.
Against Center Grove.
Yeah.
Looked like it might have been actually away from the return where that flag was thrown. Ten-yard penalty, so now to be at the 16 for CG. Howard Companies, proud to support Center Grove Trojan football. Howard Companies has been paving the Midwest since 1960. Delivering top quality asphalt and pavement services, consistently ranked among the nation's top contractors. They're proud to serve in Central Indiana. Learn more at howardcompanies.com. Trojans with bigger staff.
Good start. Big
First
time
down.
hole right there on the left side. I think that's what you got to do here in the second half, Kevin. I think you got to lean behind that big offensive line. Getting bigger staff back helps. Mixing some Tilton in there. He's been running hard tonight.
Keep that LN offense on the sideline.
I think that's going to be the playbook.
It is a first down, 12 yards for Biggerstaff at the CG 28. Right back to Biggerstaff, and he's going to be taken down at the 30. 35, that is. 7 yards. He's getting them in chunks right now. Good start. And you're right, give a lot of credit to that O-line. Weber, Mandebach, TJ Knight as well.
Tilton back in here.
Kuntz and Madden are supposed to be splitting time at center. Nice run, Brody Tilton. Close to the 50. Spotted at the 49.
I think if there's any type of knock on this Lawrence North team, it's that up front. They're just not quite as good as they were last year. They got a lot of new faces on this defense. Their two linebackers tackle at over 100 a clip for each of them, but the next closest guy's only got about 40 tackles. So not a ton of depth on this Lawrence North defense. Let's try and wear them down here in the second half.
From the Trojan 49. Tilton wrapped up by Mallory. Gets 1 yard to the 50. Mallory, coach's son. I remember a few years back. Actually, I think it was the Ben Davis coach. He had a son, wide receiver. He was quite a player. Second down and 9. Looks like Coach Moore changing something here from the sideline with this next call, this next play.
Mallory's having a nice year. He does a really nice job. He's athletic. Gets to the football, and I tell you what, he is very physical too.
Off the left tackle, Tilton inside the 35. First down, Trojans.
Great run and good blocking right there. Doing like JB said, just hammer him around.
$17 yards for Brody Tilton, junior running back, 6'1", 175.
He's done a nice job. He probably wasn't the guy or two out of fall camp, but he's done a nice job. He's worked hard in this program. He's having a really good season for the Trojans.
The sophomore, Jaden Biggerstaff, now back in. Biggerstaff takes the handoff, spins away, trying to go right. There was somebody in the hole, and he tried to spin away, and good job. That was a better job by that LND line. Good penetration.
Brought a little run blitz that time, a little help from over the top there at the safety.
Loss of 1 yard. 8:40 and counting. We're tied 21 apiece.
Looked like Hughes did a nice job, like I said, coming downhill and meeting Biggerstep there right at the line of scrimmage.
Wildcats, 80-yard touchdown pass to begin the second half to get this game tied. Now Trojans with their first drive of the second half. And Biggerstaff gets inside the 30. There is a flag.
Face mask.
And another flag. We have 2 flags on the play. One here at the 30 on the Center Grove sideline. One where the tackle was made, or near the tackle. So we might have 2 separate infractions here.
The referees at the Bantam League, they remind me every Saturday I do not know much about officiating. So I'm going to be careful here, but I do think maybe face mask, and then it looked like a little extracurricular, and for some reason it's probably maybe going to be on Center Grove. They sure do like taking a little bit of time to talk about them, though.
There was 6 yards picked up with that run play. Referee still talking things over, trying to sort things out.
Maybe during the play, the face mask, they might walk that off, and then after the play, they'd walk it back. Maybe I don't know.
Face mask, personal foul against Lawrence North. Then a dead ball. Is that a personal foul against Center Grove, or is this going to be offsetting?
Well, like I said, I think during the play was the face mask. So they'll mark that penalty off. And now he's going to turn back around, it looks like, and walk off the personal foul. So these are the type of situations that we're really probably missing Rick Embry up here and all his vast knowledge of what is really going on down there right now.
Wow.
I mean, I don't want to be cruel to the officials, but I don't think they do either. So, I mean, in terms of...
Yeah, they're still trying to figure out how to mark this one. They're going to put the football at the 29-yard line.
It should be first down because I know there are a couple, like the 5-yard varieties, not a first down.
No, they're respotting it, aren't they?
So
yeah, it'll be first down.
So it is first down at the 29. They're moving the chains.
Finally moved the chains from the 34 to the 29.
I think that's what we're going to go with. Face mask.
First and 10, Trojans. Sloan hands it off to Biggerstaff. Gets a nice push to the 25. 4 yards.
Another flag. Wow. This is nobody's even close to where this flag was shown.
Face mask against LN.
Oh, boy.
Eight minutes to play. We're in the third. Again, this near official indicating face mask against the Wildcats. And it's a personal foul, face mask, 15 yards.
Got half the distance, or
he just marched off 15 yards. He puts it at the 13.
First down and 10 from the, 14?
I think it's right around the 13-yard line. So first and 10 at the 13. Don Barry goes in motion. Handoff. Nope, he fakes the handoff. and throws it here to the Center Grove sideline, out of bounds.
Smart there.
Just got rid of it.
By Oscar. He was trying to get the ball to Barry on a little play action. Lawrence North guy was in the area there, so he just went ahead and threw that one away, lived to play second down.
Oliver splits out here to the right. Francis in the slot. Hand off. Tilton cuts it back. Touchdown. Great cutback.
Great
blocking. Great blocking.
And a great answer there by Center Grove. Lawrence North came out with a haymaker. Trojans answer right back with some punching of their own.
Good look at it right here. You can see he dives in there and then he moves to his right and he's wide open, almost not touched.
We're kind of laughing up here in the booth. No flag on the play there.
Dallas puts it through. 28-21 Center Grove.
Good answer right there.
Junior Trojans open up tomorrow at noon, Kevin. The first round of the Indiana Elementary Football Association playoff. It'll be noon at home there on Collins Field. So if you're not anywhere on fall break just yet, noon tomorrow, come check out the Junior Trojans. They've had a really nice year. And I believe it's Warren Central. And I think if they win, they play again at home next week. So,
yeah, the following Saturday will be the semifinals. They'll play that at Center Grove Middle School North, and we'll be there with the live stream. Not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow. They got to win tomorrow first. And they'll play that at Middle School North. Next Saturday, we're going to be really busy. We've got a JV football, freshman football at Middle School North, and then we'll do the 2 football games, Junior Trojans, and then Noblesville, I think, will play in the other game as well in that Final Four.
Noblesville's the other team this year. They beat the Junior Trojans a couple weeks ago at home. But Coach Andy Moore's doing a nice job down there with the Junior Trojans.
Here we go against the kicking off. Hasn't been too positive for us tonight. Last time we looked like we had it fixed by doing the pooch kick, so let's see if we try that again.
Yeah, he was able to put it around that 25-yard line on that LN side of the field. He's going to try that again, a little bit shorter, just inside the 30 at the 29, and take it down across the 35 to the 36. Coach Moore will take that every time.
Yeah.
84 with the return. Davion Dean, sophomore, 6 yards. Try to keep it right around that 35-yard line. They'll start at the 36.
Pretty sure that was Goins there on a special teams tackle. I think you'll live with Lawrence North getting the ball somewhere about right here as opposed to what they did a little bit earlier against us.
Game time temperature 64, now 57 degrees. Definitely football weather.
Nobody over there.
Trojans by a touchdown. We're in the third quarter, 7:36 to play. Baskerville in motion. They go to the LN side of the field.
That was well done right there.
Tackle.
Yeah, he met him right there at the line of scrimmage and did no farther.
Lost a couple of yards. Actually, those spotted at the 35, loss of 1 yard. Moore with the loss of 1 yard.
Nice job there. Cherry got a little penetration. Lincoln Bright setting that edge, which made Lawrence North have to keep kind of running towards that sideline, allowed our linebackers to flow over and make the tackle.
2nd and 11. Moore, man, he's shifty. Well, he wanted to go right, then he wanted to go left, then he came back to the right. Gets it to the 39, 4 yards. Looked like Stanley made the tackle for the Trojans. Senior defensive lineman.
3rd and 7.
If you look at the roster, they got Jeremy Stanley, defensive lineman, at 205 pounds. That's a typo, 205. If he's 205, then I'm 165. He's probably more like 275, 285, I'm guessing.
I'm whatever my driver's license says.
Exactly. Oh, Brian almost got him a sack, and now a pick. Oh, did he hang on?
Almost twice.
Frankie Hayes had it in the hands, and he collided with his teammate, and it jarred it loose. It's an incomplete pass. On I think, ran into Frankie Hayes, but what a defensive play by CG. Watch the replay.
It kind of ricocheted there off of Frankie Hayes, and it looked like Onay right there was going to make it.
Collided with his teammate, jarred it loose. 4th down, forcing the punt.
Nice job there, the Trojan defense.
Make sure they punt.
Breck Mallory, linebacker, also punter. Wow, well done on that punt. Gets a heck of a roll. It stays out of the end zone. They're going to spot it at the 4. Oh, my. Well done by Mallory. 58 yards. Kind of like how Ted Kitchell did it back in the day.
No.
Ted, I will let you know, I'm happy to report. So in the Bantam Super Bowl this past Saturday, in 2 of the divisions, it was IU versus Purdue. So the Old Oaken Bucket and the Bantam Super Bowl. And guess what? Purdue won both games. So you know what? You guys have fun in Oregon tomorrow. We won the Bantam Football League twice last weekend. Unbelievable what Signetti's doing down there, though, isn't it?
It is. I mean, he's made it enjoyable for everybody, his winners, and players, and the fans alike.
Biggerstaff gets a yard. 2nd down and 9. 6:10 and counting here in this 3rd quarter. Trojans by a score, 28-21.
Boy, it would be good for us to pick up a couple first downs here and kind of switch the field position on them.
Definitely don't want to do anything silly down here. Don't give it back to them this close to their own goal line. Maybe run it here on 2nd down.
Good yardage. Makes 3rd down manageable. Biggerstaff. 12-yard line, it appears. 7 yards.
That's a pretty good punt by Mallory for a guy that doesn't sit there all practice and work on just punting. I also think he's the long snapper on the field goal team.
Versatile young talent for this LN team.
It's like he's been around football or something.
3rd and a couple. The Trojans run for the 1st down and a whole lot more. Biggerstaff across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
That's big right there.
Another penalty flag.
Yeah, getting them out.
Hold
Back
on.
here at the 14-yard line.
Flag at the 14. It is holding against the Center Grove Trojans. That'll take away the 1st down run by Biggerstaff. That went for 19 yards. Wow. Maybe that's why the hole was as big as it was. Maybe the holding created that opening. Now it's going to be right between, right there at the 8-yard line.
Biggest thing there, it takes up the 1st down off the board.
So on 3rd down, puts on the brakes, some nice shifty moves. Close to that 1st down marker. Boy.
Got a real good spot.
Yeah, if he gets a good spot, might be enough for the 1st down.
I think they're going to move him. Looks like they are.
Yep. 1st down, he got it. 7 yards.
That's a big one. I know there's a lot of time left, but really gives you a boost moving it out there. It gives you a chance. Like JB said, the most important is that you got first down yardage.
Nice little run. I like the way he finished that. He looked like he was about a yard short, and
Tilton takes the handoff, squirts through the hole, gets a few yards to the 18. I would say give him 4 yards. .4:15 and counting. Ted, it's okay to let that clock run down. Keep running the football, get those first downs, let that clock run. Try to wear out that Lawrence North defense.
all the longtime listeners know he doesn't like it until that thing's about under 10 to snap it here on the broadcast.
Snapping it about 4 seconds. Pass complete to Francis. He's got the first down. Covers up the football. Good job. To the 27. 9 yards. Watch the replay from Howard Companies. Really good block. That's Eli Williams. Again, we talked about how physical as actually, I'm sorry, that's Reese Oliver, 81. The junior wide receiver with a nice block.
I like what the coaching staff has done tonight. Hey, we turned it over a couple times last week against Cathedral, airing it out a little bit. They've just given him a lot higher percentage throws tonight, and it's working.
Plus, having Biggerstaff back, again, gives you more options with the run game. He runs it to the 30 here, 3 yards for Biggerstaff.
Lots of young quarterbacks. Center Grove's facing a sophomore. We've got a sophomore. Ben Davis and Warren Central both actually had freshman quarterbacks. Can you believe that, Ted?
Yeah.
The school's that big that, in fact, I think both of those two quarterbacks out there transferred in, if I'm not mistaken.
Second down and 7. Biggerstaff, big opening. He's got the first down and almost breaks away for a possible touchdown. He's a little slow to his feet. I hope he's okay. 21 yards for Biggerstaff. He's going to limp off to the sideline. He's been battling an ankle injury back tonight, but, man, he struggles to get to the sideline. Football at the 46. Give him 16 yards.
Another big hole there up front. Nice job by Biggerstaff getting downhill in a hurry.
Tilton into LN territory. Good tackle by the DB.
Good blocking by the end out here on the right side. Give him an opportunity to pick up another first down.
Tilton to the 42. 12 yards.
Charlie Mandebach, right tackle there, getting out in front. Doing a nice job. Got a little help from Barry. Trojans offensive line's done a nice job tonight.
Run blitz. Tilton dropped at the 45. Loses 3 yards. He's a little slow back to his feet, too. Oh, my. Biggerstaff had to limp off, and now Tilton is struggling. 56 blew up that play. William Rush, the third junior.
They're bringing a little bit of pressure there to stop the run. Maybe a good chance here on second down to get some one-on-one coverage and see if we can't win a matchup.
Second and 12. 1 minute remaining. Third quarter. Bringing the linebackers and, I don't know. He was in the vicinity, Tilton was, and he was also hit late. I don't know. We'll see if they're going to call grounding at the moment. No, again, I felt like Tilton, the running back, was in the vicinity of that pass, but I also thought, could they have put a late hit?
I mean, that's just that pass. Peyton Manning used to just throw it at their feet, and that's basically what he did. I mean, there was a guy there.
Looked like trying to set up the screen here near side to Tilton, and
they read it.
I think Carson did the right thing there, just get rid of the football.
Four, three, time's running out,
Got it off.
Wow.
Sloan steps up in the pocket. He's scrambling and just really could not set his feet. Couldn't really look down the field. He was under pressure. He does get it to the 41, 3 yards. Brings up 4th and 9 for the Trojans, and we'll see Dallas Cornpropes in to punt for CG.
Dallas has done a nice job tonight. Couple punts inside the 20-yard line.
Heck of a punt. Why is he calling for the fair catch?
He will take
Wow,
that.
he took it at the 1.
You normally, put your
Feet at
heels
the
at the 10,
heels at the 10,
and
yeah.
if you go back, you let it go. 41 yards, well done by Cornpropes. Calls for the fair catch at the 1-yard line.
1-yard line.
Two seconds left in this third quarter. Well done by Dallas Cornpropes. He's had
Another great job there.
Yeah, special teams play. Again, I felt like Center Grove with the kicking game would have the advantage tonight.
Can't let him get behind you. I mean, they're just too athletic. You just got to play positioning and not allow him to get behind you.
Micaiah, he's switching from the right side to the left side. He's the defensive back for the Trojans. Oh, the quarterback, he fakes the handoff, pulls it. He's going to take it himself, and Micaiah, I think it was Micaiah from that cornerback position making the tackle just shy of the 10-yard line. That's your final play of the third quarter, and we got a heck of a ball game, 28-21. Center Grove leads it by 7. We're headed to the fourth quarter here at Ray Skillman Stadium. Tonight's game presented by IU Health.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. When you work with a world-class agent at Coldwell Banker, you benefit from trusted guidance and our revolutionary seller's assurance program to make your home sale more rewarding than ever. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams.
Back inside Ray Skillman Stadium, we're getting ready for the fourth quarter. Big day coming up tomorrow. The Center Grove boys tennis team, sectional regional champs, hosting the semi-state at noon against Hamilton Southeastern. Boys and girls soccer playing in sectional championships tomorrow. Boys at 2 against Whiteland at Whiteland. The girls at 6 o'clock at Greenwood against Columbus North. And girls volleyball will get underway next Thursday against Decatur Central at the Southport sectional. All the best as they all go into postseason play. It's been another fantastic fall sports season here for Center Grove. Second and short here for the Wildcats to begin things in the fourth quarter. More delayed handoff. He's got the first down. True Paxson tripped him up. Otherwise, that one could have been a home run for Moore. He gets tripped up at the 20-yard line. 11 yards.
He was getting ready to take off.
Coach,
True did just enough to trip him up.
That's right. Coach said, got to make that play before he gets going. And you're right. Just got enough of him, of that foot to trip him up.
doesn't take these guys long. Here we are 2 plays later, and they already got the ball moved out about 20 yards.
Prather, sophomore quarterback. Moore finds another nice opening. Nice run on first down. Taken down at the 28, 8 yards. Sounds like Paxson getting his name called again on that tackle.
His dad and I have taught him pretty well. What we tell him is if he turns and shows his number to the announcer before anybody else does. That's a long-standing Paxson tradition. And I can tell you that my brother Jeff needed it more than any of us in terms of a little bit of help.
2nd down and 2 for the Wildcats. Center Grove fans coming alive. Delayed handoff again. He was really reading, the quarterback was, and well done by the Trojans. They drop him. Not much there. Stanley, I think, gets the tackle. Yeah, Stanley.
You got to make a play right here. You got to really stick your foot in the ground and grit your teeth, and you've got to just not allow him to get over that yard line. You have got to make a play here.
Trojan defensive line's done a nice job all year long. They create penetration. They create a lot of havoc up front. You got some big bodies. It all starts with Cherry, Lincoln Brighton, and how about that freshman? Mr. Sloan's having a nice year for the Trojans.
Penetrate. Get some penetration.
3rd and 2. Moore looking for something. He found it. Man, he's a patient runner. Just kind of bounces off bodies, stays balanced, and then there's a flag after the play. Looks like Lincoln Bright maybe for Center Grove and one of the offensive linemen for Lawrence North tangled up after the game.
I think.
Could be offsetting. Looked like Cole and Bright got mixed up after the play. This one going against Center Grove. Lincoln Bright called for the penalty, 15-yarder.
I can't see what the guy's saying. What did he say it was?
Personal foul. They're going to say Lincoln Bright was after the play there. I didn't see it.
They were mixing it up over there. I just saw a little bit of the tail end of it.
Yeah, it looked like a helmet came off, and that's usually a pretty easy call.
Football at the Center Grove 47. Our 4th quarter tonight presented by IU Health and by Kopetsky Auto Wash. Center Grove bringing 4. He's throwing middle of the field. Amari Moore wide open. Touchdown. He got behind the defender, and he throws a strike. 47-yard touchdown pass to Amari Moore.
It's like nobody's there.
Good play call there by Lawrence North. They picked up the free 15, and that's usually a good time to try and take a shot. Amari Moore was one of the guys that Coach Mallory talked about this week just in terms of how he practices. Maybe doesn't have all the stars that some of the guys do, but he does a nice job. Showed it earlier on the kick return, although it was called back, but he's definitely got a different gear.
Griffin Smith to attempt the PAT kick to try and get this game tied. Low kick. It's good. We're tied. 28 apiece. Austin, we got some time here. Take a look at our scoreboard.
Hopefully Noblesville's at least kicked the field goal by this point. You know what?
We shall see. It doesn't look like it. 42-zip. Brownsburg leads Noblesville. 4th quarter. Carmel at home. 3rd quarter up on Warren Central 42-7. Westfield leading Fishers 14-7. That's in the 4th.
Westfield's a good football team.
They are. Decatur Central 35-0 leading Perry Meridian. 4th quarter. Mid-state conference game. Bloomington North by 3 at the moment. 4th quarter, 24-21 over Columbus North. Avon leads Zionsville. Actually, it's a final. It says 14-7. Avon beats Zionsville. HSC at home leading Franklin Central in the fourth quarter, 38-28. Covington, Kentucky, the Colonels and the Cathedral Fighting Irish still scoreless, 0-0 third quarter. Lafayette Harrison, the Raiders at home. They lose to the Roncalli Royals, 57-20. That's a final. Lawrence Central and Ben Davis tied at 14 apiece in the third. Pike at home leading North Central 46-21 in the third. Lawrence North will play Pike next week in the final game of the regular season. That'll be at Lawrence North. Center Grove goes to Bloomington South next Friday. So we're tied at 28 apiece. Center Grove, Lawrence North. Wildcats, last time they won here at Center Grove, 1997. Good return, big hit by the Wildcats. That's Mallory with the tackle.
And Zay Moore, that's number 3 on special teams as well.
And you said, Coach Mallory says they put the best players out there, special teams, offense, defense.
I noticed they did that to start the game, and I think they put 3 out there just in case somebody does break that first line, that he can catch him up with him and put him down on the ground.
At the 27, Oscar Sloan, Biggerstaff back in there. Man, he really finishes off his runs hard.
Like to see that at the end of that run there. Lowered his shoulder.
He's hit 8 twice really hard tonight. That's Byers. 6
And
yards.
glad to
for
see
Biggerstaff.
Biggerstaff back in there. I know he got a little shaken up earlier.
6 yards. At the 33.
There's that band you were talking about earlier, Kevin. They are doing a great job this year.
2nd and 4. We're under 9 minutes to play. Not for sure why we had the delay.
Mallory had something in his hand.
Like some kind of equipment issue, maybe?
Yeah, something with his hand.
Biggerstaff trying to go left, cuts it back to the right. Gets it a yard. Better job by that LND line. Closed up that hole pretty quickly. At the 35, brings up 3rd and a couple. This is a big play.
Got some penetration there, it looked like, from 90, Andre Watson. Biggerstaff put his foot in the ground, and then one of the Lawrence North linebackers was there to take care of it.
Biggerstaff with the first down, across midfield, on his feet, inside the 40.
He just ran right through those 2 guys. Good job by the offensive line creating a hole, and once they created it, he took care of it, no problem.
If you watch Dom Berry, the tight end, he came across to the left side of the block. Sometimes you do that to draw the linebackers thinking he's the lead blocker, and then they go to the right side.
Move their eyes a little bit. But again, a nice job, like Ted said, offensive line. Certainly helps to have a healthy 25 back for the Trojans this week.
26 yards for Biggerstaff. Now Tilton in the backfield, trying to keep them as fresh as possible. Tilton north-south running right up the middle. Nothing fancy. Gets it to the 36, 3 yards for Tilton. 7:25 and counting. We're in the fourth quarter. Both teams at 6-1. Center Grove Class 6A, number 3. Lawrence North 6A, number 5. Second and 7. Tilton again gets the handoff to the 28. Make that the 33, excuse me. I would say 3 yards, yes, 3 yards. Try that again, 33. Yard line, 33 yard line.
Another nice job. I mean, hey, not a big play, but picked up solid yards there on second down. Nice run by Tilton. 3rd and short here. Lots of play calls open for Coach Moore.
3rd and 4 is the call. Needed 4 yards for the first down. Biggerstaff back in there. He's got the first down, and now they're going to lift him up and push him back. Mallory did the right thing. He let him go. Once that whistle blew, forward progress. They're going to get it all the way to the 24.
But, Ted, I really like that play call tonight. Just give it to 25. Start leaning on those Wildcat defensive linemen.
Talk to your offensive line. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep getting what you're getting. They're getting 7 points most of the time when they need to drive it down the field.
Last week, I think Cathedral was real big up front, able to kind of take away a little bit from our size up front. But tonight, we've been leaning on them and getting a lot of push up front. And that's what's helped Biggerstaff and Tilton.
1st and 10 at the 24. Biggerstaff 20, 15. Gets outside. He's trying to get to that 10. He does, and he gets inside the 10. To the 9-yard line.
Okay, now, Ted, you like that play clock. This is when you kind of use it to your advantage here a little bit. Definitely want to score, but you don't want to score maybe here on this next play. Try to keep much time off that clock before you give it back to this offense.
They've got it. I can't really see over here. What, the 10-yard line? Yeah.
Yep.
9.5.
15 yards for Biggerstaff. It's at the 9. Tilton in there. He takes the handoff and taken down after 3 yards. Maybe not quite that. They're going to spot him at the 7. I would give him a couple of yards.
And right there again, it's Mallory for Lawrence North. He's done a nice job tonight from that linebacker position.
Yeah, I mean, they still got 20 seconds on the shot clock there. They can take your time right here as much as you. I mean, obviously, most importantly, you have to score.
2nd and goal. It's at the 7. Tilton at running back. He's running. He's got a big hole. He dives for the end zone. Touchdown. I see a flag at the 5. I saw a flag. Yes, there is a flag at the 5-yard line. Hold the phone. Might be another penalty against the Trojans. It is holding against CG. Take it off the scoreboard.
Second time Tilton's had one called back tonight.
How many touchdowns does that count? They've counted off tonight.
That'd be number 3 tonight.
3 for us and 3 for them.
Football at the 15-yard line. So 2nd and goal at the 15 for the Trojans. Now we got both running backs in the ballgame, Tilton and Biggerstaff. New look, Barry in the left slot. They're going to go with the pass to Tilton and gets just a few yards. Let's see, they'll mark him at the 13, maybe 2 yards. 2 yards.
Tried to get it Tilton out here in the flat. Nice job there by Lawrence North to spring to the football and make sure he didn't pick up much more than a couple.
Timeout called by Coach Mallory of Lawrence North. Morgan Insurance Group, proud to support Center Grove Trojan football. Morgan Insurance Group offers auto, home, health, life, and business insurance tailored to your needs at competitive rates. Visit Morgan Insurance Group online at morganinsurancegroup.com to learn more. Morgan Insurance Group, protecting what matters most.
We'll call it 3rd down and 13 here. I know it's goal to go. Got to try and score here. Sometimes when they get in these situations this year, they've kind of gone to a little late action draw that's hit a couple times. But I'd also be trying to figure out how to get 2 involved if we do decide to put it up.
We've also seen Dom Barry down here be very effective.
Yep.
Sometimes RPO where Oscar reads it. If he can get that linebacker to suck up a little bit to the run.
Let's see what they got dialed up.
From the 13, they're going to try to run it with Biggerstaff, and that's not going anywhere. Losing some yardage on the play. 16 got in there and blew it up. Jeb Brown.
You're going to coach the field goal.
Looks like at the 13, yeah, they're going to say no gain. So now we'll see a field goal attempt from Corn Probst from the left hash. 30-yard attempt. He's 4 out of 6 on the season. 52 is his long. Plenty of leg. And
good.
It's good. Center Grove takes the lead. 31-28, Center Grove.
Okay, now it's time for this defense to do its job.
Corn Probst 5 of 7 on field goals. He had a couple of them blocked last week. Goes against the kicker, but not really his fault usually.
No, and I think, Ted, the field goal he kicked against Lawrence Central, he'd made 2 of them because then they had the penalty and they moved him back 5 yards. So, I mean, he's definitely got a leg. And he's done a nice job this year for the Trojans in the kicking game.
It was a very, very well done as far as the field goal. It's just that I'm not sure that we can stop them long enough to not allow them to take the lead. So the defense needs to really step up here in the second half here.
Corn Probst will tee it out middle of the field.
Wish he had just a little bit of wind at his back to try to put this thing through the end zone, but looks like Lawrence North trying to scoot up to see if they can't get either 1, 2, or 3 in on the action here for Lawrence North.
Oh, onside attempt, and it's going to be recovered by Lawrence North. McKellar recovers. What do you think about that?
Hey, you know what?
It's not that much worse than a 35.
We're not playing for a MIC championship tonight, so.
Almost worked.
Almost.
Football's at the 48, the LN 48.
That's one of those as the assistant coach, when you make the suggestion, it sounds good until maybe you don't get it, though. Because now they've got the ball at midfield.
3:36 on the clock. Risky. Putting a lot of pressure now on your defense.
Well, I can tell you where it's going.
Right there. Moore, and couldn't quite get him in the backfield. They had him dropped for a 4 to 5 yard loss. Couldn't quite bring him down. Was that Frankie Hayes almost had him in the backfield. 7 yards.
He did a nice job
Moore.
getting back there. And it's easier said than done tackling number 3. Zay Moore does a great job for Lawrence North.
Looks like 7 yards. They're going to put it at the CG 45. 3 minutes left in this one. It appeared Moore was a little bit gimpy when he got back to the huddle. He's still in there. Second and 3. Moore around the left side. He has the first down. He's out of bounds. Stops the clock with 2:46. Spotted at the 39. 41, I should say.
I think we're fortunate. I think he stepped out of bounds. It looked like if he continued on his run, it looked like he maybe got all the way down to the 35 there, but
stepped on that sideline at around that 41. So he gets 4 yards, 1st and 10, Wildcats.
Got to have a stop here on first down, try to put him at least 2nd and long.
Oh,
there it is. Maybe.
Fighting
Come
for
on.
it.
Come on,
it
Lincoln.
appeared Moore got it back on it. Lincoln almost got it. Looked like Moore was able to rip it back and recovers. Football's at the 44. Loss of 3 yards. 2nd and 13. .228 and counting. We're in the 4th quarter. Center Grove by a field goal.
Got to be watch it. Fake the Moore and throw it over the top too. They've been very efficient doing that.
Throwing. It was tipped. It looked like it is caught. Spin move and close to the 20. Reception made by Davion Jones, the junior. First down, LN at the 21-yard line. 22-yard reception. We're under 2 minutes to play in the ballgame.
Let's get a turnover here, boys.
Moore, spin move at the 15, 10, 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown. No flags. Just too good. 21-yard touchdown run by Moore. And the Wildcats lead it 34-31.
Found a little bit of a crease there on the left side. He doesn't need much space. Little spin move, and he was in for 6. Big PAT here. A miss or maybe a Trojan block keeps it a field goal game.
Smith with the PAT kick. Last one was pretty low. This one, no problem at all. 35-31, LN leads it. 1:31 left to play in the ball game. Center Grove with 3 timeouts remaining. Center Grove football proudly presented tonight in part by John Bontrager of Allstate. Planning for your future. Allstate representative John Bontrager in Greenwood offers personalized financial services for your unique needs. Call 317-888-3200 today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
You know, that's one of the things there, Kevin, maybe trying that onside kick. I think our coaching staff knows that number 3, Zay Moore, is tough to tackle. Maybe catch him off guard there and jump on it. But hey, now we got to gather, collect, go down here and score, try to win this game here. 90 seconds, all 3 timeouts. Maybe try to catch this thing in the air.
Different kicker, Cameron Knox, sophomore, kicking.
Get some return yardage here.
Don't know what the difference is between Knox and Griffin Smith, but Knox is going to kick off. Center Grove's going to come up at around the 16. That's Aiden Francis to the 35. Stood up and taken down at the 37. Center Grove has 1:25 to work with.
Got to score a touchdown here.
Officially spotted at the 38.
Every first down, every time you get a first down, the clock will stop while they respot. You got plenty of time to move down the field. Move the sticks.
Bigger staff. Great run on first down to the 45. 7 yards.
You have two plays called in the huckle, so you huddle up as soon as you get a chance.
Quickly, they're back to the line of scrimmage. They'll put it at the 46.
One's not off the field. That's a penalty.
Far defender could not get off the field. That was Sales, the great wide receiver. Too many men on the field. Should be a 5-yard penalty. 5-yard penalty against the Wildcats.
Let's be ready to go as soon as they put the football down here.
Yeah, I mean, you're at the 50-yard line. You're halfway there.
At the LN 49.
Minute 6.
1:06 left to play in the ball game. Sloan stands tall in the pocket. Looking for Williams. Oh, dives for it. Can't quite bring it in. Let him too much. Second down and 10. Stops the clock with 1 minute, 1 second. 61 seconds to play in the ball game.
Good play call. He was there. Just a little bit over the top. But he made one like that, 2 weeks, or was it last week maybe?
Who's that, Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has made, I think it was last week. Bigger staff to the 40. Mallory rips him down at the 38-yard line.
First down, clock will stop.
11 yards.
Get lined up, get ready. There you go.
Center Grove quickly to the line of scrimmage. 54 seconds to play.
I'll use one of their timeouts here.
Football inside the 35. Looks like they'll spot it at the 33. 5 yards on the run for the Trojans. And a timeout called. Stops the clock with 42 seconds. 42 seconds left to play. Second down coming up here for the Trojans. Second and 5 for CG.
Well, we kind of talked about it early on up here. Hey, these guys have a tremendous offense. They're going to put up some points. We thought it would probably take somewhere in the 30-point range, and here we are. I like what we've done so far with still having the timeouts in our pocket. We haven't had to go away from what's gotten us here so far, and that's bigger staff in the running game.
Center Grove still with 2 more timeouts.
What that means is you can run the ball if you feel like you needed to. You can run it to pick up a first down and then call a timeout.
Back to action. Sloan's throwing and completing to Williams.
First down.
It is a first down. They should stop the clock to move the chains. They do. It stops with 39 seconds. 9 yards for Williams. Football at the 23-yard line. Sloan backpedaling. He throws for Williams. He makes the catch, but I believe he's out of bounds. Yeah, he's out of bounds. Incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 33 seconds, 33.8. They're looking for Williams. He's making some tough catches.
He caught that. He just wasn't able to get his foot in bounds.
High school football, just the 1 foot.
Just the 1 foot.
1 touch in. Second and 10. Reese Oliver in with the next play for CG. Blitz from the linebacker. Center Grove's going to run the football. Bigger staff to the 15, to the 10-yard line.
First down,
the clock.
Stop the clock.
They'll stop the clock to move the chains.
Great play call there. Lawrence North was coming with some pressure.
You can always just clock it. There
He
you
does.
Go. There you go.
Clock stops with 25 seconds. He does spike it. Stops the clock. Second down and goal.
You know the worst job to have in any football game and a close game? The clock. Being the clock operator. I think they're trying to do a good job. It just becomes a little tough to get in these type of situations. Everybody's yelling up at the clock, and they're doing their best.
Football at the 9, second and goal at the 9. Biggerstaff running the football. He's at the 5. He's inside the 5.
Timeout.
And the Trojans call a timeout. 19 seconds to play. Center Grove with 1 timeout remaining.
Let's go jumbo here. 2 plays.
6 yards. Football's at the 3.
We're out of timeouts.
1 more.
I think we got 1 in the pocket
one
here.
left.
1 more, okay.
What a great job here by this offense. Backs against the wall. Did have all 3 timeouts.
Got me stuck over here in this corner, and I can't see.
Well, I put on a second round of deodorant just because I knew I'd be sitting next to you, Ted.
Ted, watch it off the monitor.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you can see it off the monitor. Coach Moore huddling. We're trying to see. I see Lincoln Bright in the huddle, which he's a part of that jumbo package. Can you run the jumbo from the 3-yard line? I think you can. Football's at the 3.
I think let's get that jumbo package out there. We're going to have 2 more plays here.
19 seconds to go. It is 3rd down. You're right. 3rd and goal. Here comes Jumbo.
You could probably get them offside, too, if you wanted to. I mean, if you could get your guy, because they're running in the middle.
Here we go. Hand off to Lincoln Bright. I think we got whistles. What do we have? Timeout, or is there a flag? Very back official. What is he saying?
How many they got out there for Lawrence North?
Too many men on the field, I believe, against Lawrence North. They got
ready.
1 too many.
Yep, number 11's getting ready. Oh.
Do they have 12 players on the field? If so, that's what, half the distance? It'll be at the 1.5-yard line.
We half the distance. How much time is on the clock?
It should be 19, 18.6. We lost 0.4. They should reset it to 19. But it should now will be at should be 1.5. Yeah, 1.5-yard line. 1 too many players on the field for LN. Jumbo package in for Center Grove. Oscar Sloan hands it off to Lincoln Bright. Goes up and over the top. And it's a touchdown!
Touchdown, he's
Trojans.
in.
They made it. Lincoln Bright scores.
Jumbo package. Lincoln Bright.
Lincoln Bright.
Wow, what a great drive there by the Trojans.
He got airborne, up and over.
Great job by Eric Moore and his coaching staff. Not panicking. Know that they had a good, the guys that could get it done, and they did it both running and passing down the football field. Outstanding.
15 seconds left. This is important. Try and get it to a 3-point lead. And he put it through. Center Grove by 3. 38-35. Center Grove by 3. How about that? Lincoln Bright, his second score offensively?
Yep, 3rd overall, didn't he?
And
Because he had
3rd.
the pick 6 there against Ben Davis.
Okay, what's the timeout situation with LN?
2.
They
2
have
timeouts.
2. All right.
Again, 15 seconds to work with. What a drive by the Center Grove Trojans.
What a great drive right
A lot of running, really.
No, that's what having those timeouts, like Ted said, allows you to run the football when you need to. You see the look. Lawrence North started bringing some pressure. That little draw play set us up nicely inside the 5-yard line. I got a feeling I know who the player of the game is going to be tonight. Although Lincoln Bright maybe, but 25's having himself a night tonight.
He sure is.
Glad to see him back. I coach his little brother in some T-ball this past year, and I can promise you he's just as good of an athlete. Jace Biggerstaff is his name.
This will be interesting. What do you do with this kickoff? You squib it, pop it up?
I think you try to pooch it down there in the corner about 25-yard line.
Still think you got to keep it out of those 3 guys deep hands somehow.
Corn Propes. He's going to squib it to the Center Grove side of the field. The LN player fields it and goes straight down. That's Davion Dean. He goes straight down at the 32.
Well, I'm betting the coach would have wished if the guy had fielded it and tossed it back to one of those 3.
Yeah.
That couldn't have been any better for Center Grove. That's exactly what they needed.
Davion Dean, a sophomore out there. He's a wide receiver.
12 down to 13-2.
Yeah, 13.2 seconds left in the ball game. LN with 2 timeouts. Football at the 32-yard line.
Come on, boys. I said the one thing I can't do on my inauguration is lose. Otherwise, they won't have me back.
Griffin Smith, he's 2 of 2 of field goals this year. 32 is his long. 3 receivers here on the right, 1 to the left. Moore, the lone running back. Prather scrambling. He's going to throw one deep. Throws it up for grabs, and it's picked off by the Trojans. Center Grove picked it off. 4 seconds left. Center Grove's going to win it.
How about that?
Vinny Hayes, his second INT of the night. Vinny
Good job,
Hayes.
Vinny.
Wow, the defense comes up big. Coach Moore remains undefeated against LN here on the home field.
Well, that was a great job by a lot of people right there. The defensive team, the offensive team driving that football down the field, not panicking, taking the runs when they had the running plays off opportunity, passing when they need to, and winning when they love to.
That'll do it.
Sloan takes the knee. And that's the ball game. 38-35. The Center Grove Trojans victorious. What a bounce-back win after their first defeat last week to Cathedral to beat a really good Lawrence North team, a team they could face in the Final Four.
And you think of how many injuries and guys that stepped up, just like Biggerstaff coming back tonight to come after he'd been hurt, and he had just an outstanding game. But a great job by everybody, including the coaching staff, who made some great changes to make the game winnable as they did there at the end.
Center Grove has not lost at home to a MIC team since September 14th, 2018. That was North Central. They dodge a bullet here tonight, beating a really good Lawrence North team. And the Trojans now will wrap up the regular season next Friday at Bloomington South against the Panthers and Lawrence North. They'll go back home next week to play the Pike Red Devils. Stay tuned. We'll return with our post-game show presented by Duke Homes. What a ball game. 38-35 your final. CG by 3. Got it done in the final minutes of this ball game. This is CG Football presented by IU Health.
At Peterman Brothers, we see ourselves as more than a home service company.
We're here to serve you, not just your home.
Even if it's not about your heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical system.
We want to make sure when we come out, we're leaving you in a better state than when we arrived.
And if we do mess up, we'll stand behind our work and not give up until we make it right.
Because we're here to serve you, however we can.
Back inside Ray Skillman Stadium. Final time tonight. Center Grove comes back, gets it done. 38-35. Great play calling by Coach Moore, Coach Siderwitz, and the staff down the stretch. Really no panic with this team. JB, again, the blocking was superb. They had the timeouts. They could run the football, and that's what they did. And Biggerstaff was so good in tonight's ball game, having him returning, sharing those runs with Tilton in the backfield, and we felt like what Biggerstaff did tonight in his return, that he's our Texas Roadhouse player of the game tonight.
No, definitely good to have 25 back in the lineup tonight. Glad to see him healthy, running hard. He's done a nice job this season. Thought the offensive line did a nice job opening things up front for him. Tilton even, when he got his chance. But there, like you mentioned on that final drive, you got all three timeouts and still allowed us to run the football, which we did. And Lincoln Bright puts a little exclamation point on it over the top. And I can tell you right now, that's an excited football team down there. Bounce back, refocus a little bit this week. Everybody else probably going to be out of town. They're going to be here practicing. And let's get ready for Bloomington South next Friday night.
Yeah, say a tough loss last week. It's a Cathedral. That could shake your confidence a little bit. Maybe that little doubt creeps into your mind. It's like, are we really this good, or maybe we're not that good? You start kind of having those thoughts maybe, and I just think what Coach Moore and his staff, what they do, they just get back to work, and obviously they came out with a wonderful game plan tonight. I'll be honest, I was very concerned about this LN team. I thought they were going to have that potential after you see what they did last week with 63 points against Warren Central. I felt like they could come out here and score a ton of points, and Center Grove struggled to score last week against Cathedral. But, man, they got back to work. They regrouped. Great, game plan tonight and got it done.
No, and you alluded to it a little bit off air. I think you've got some stats that are pretty impressive for Coach Moore and this program in terms of, back-to-back home losses hadn't happened here in a long time.
It's incredible.
Now, obviously, getting ready to rejoin the MIC, but you said we hadn't lost to a MIC opponent, right, since
2018.
Yeah,
2018. Last time a MIC team won here, and Center Grove lost last week, and the last time the Trojans had ever lost two straight, you got to go way back to 2014. And if you want to go actually back-to-back, truly, one game, home and the next week at home, then you go back to 2011, the last time that happened. So it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, there's a reason the teams don't like coming here to play, even despite, the fall break crowd not being quite what it's used to here at Ray Skillman Stadium. It was a good crowd tonight. Everybody was into it. And I'm really proud, especially this offense. Last week, that's probably where a few of the fingers were probably getting pointed from – the peanut gallery, but they did a nice job tonight. We ran the football, and I thought Oscar did a nice job, putting the ball where he needed it to, and we didn't ask too much of him to put him in a position where, maybe some of those silly turnovers that can hurt an offense.
Now the Trojans will be at Bloomington South next Friday to close out the regular season. Then they'll get a week off. Then they'll have the state tournament the following week on Halloween night, the sectional semifinals. The actual sectional draw will be this Sunday at 6 o'clock, ihsatv.org. You can watch the tournament draw there. Hopefully the Trojans get a good draw. I heard down below that maybe Jeffersonville, they have construction. They may not want to host the first round or host at all a sectional game. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, I tell you what, I have never personally made the drive down to Jeffersonville, but as number 11's uncle, I would be this year, and I'm not too disappointed if they say that they'll go ahead and come here. And like you said, not have that count against us in terms of us hosting a playoff game that would, hurt us from having something here later in the tournament.
Also, you got Franklin Central and Columbus North in that sectional as well. Before we wrap things up, JB, let's go back to our Dan Gandolf Financial Services scoreboard one last time tonight. Should have some finals. Brownsburg, big win at Noblesville, 42-7.
Brownsburg's for real. There's no doubt about that.
State defending champs, and then Carmel, I think they're for real too. They, along with Westfield, seem to be the top two teams in the North. They beat Warren Central tonight, 42-7.
Not only was he really good when he was at Warren Central, he was really good when he was at Carmel. He's obviously been down at IU for a couple years, but Kevin Wright being back at Carmel is going to make a big difference for the Greyhounds.
Low-scoring game, but Westfield at home beats Fishers 14-7.
I think Westfield's got pretty good defense this year.
Decatur Central, 35-0 over Perry Meridian. Bloomington North hangs on to beat Columbus North 31-28. Avon victorious at Zionsville 14-7. 38-35, HSC in the fourth quarter by 3 over Franklin Central. Not quite a final yet. Covington and Kentucky, they finally get on the board. They beat Cathedral 17-10. And let's see, Roncalli on the road taking on 6A Lafayette Harrison. The Royals with a nice win against the Raiders, 57-20. Lawrence Central at home losing to Ben Davis 28-14. Again, that's in the final quarter. Pike at home, big win over North Central 46-28. Again, your final here, 38-35 Center Grove with the win over LN, 7-1 on the season. The Wildcats now 6-2, and hopefully we got through this game with no injuries or minimal injuries.
It didn't look like it. I know it looked like I think Biggerstaff had come out shaken up on a play, but obviously you saw him in there on the final drive. I think the biggest thing the next 2 to 3 weeks for Center Grove is trying to get everybody healthy. It sounds like there's some talks that Reese may be back next week, which is pretty exciting. He can run the football pretty hard, and getting him back there. And then I think Ricky should be back here in a couple weeks. So.
Yeah, 1 to 2 weeks. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, and obviously getting a little bit of depth back there again with Tilton and with Biggerstaff's going to help. But hey, the Trojans' success the next 6 to 7 weeks is going to be behind that big offensive line, and on the other side of the football, it's going to be that defensive line that did a good job tonight.
Just got word that HSC FC final, I think HSC got the win there. So Franklin Central, again, could be a potential sectional opponent for the Center Grove Trojans. Yep, HSC did win that game against Franklin Central tonight. Well, JB, appreciate you sitting in tonight for Rick. Rick on the road this weekend visiting his son down at Georgia Tech. They're going to take in that Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech game tomorrow, but appreciate you sitting in tonight.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I told somebody it took me 1 second to reply yes to your offer of doing this. And as you guys well know, you guys do a great job on this production, and Center Grove's lucky to have you do all that you do for us. So thank you.
Thank you, JB. Appreciate that very much. So, again, your final score tonight, Center Grove victorious 38-35. Trojans 7-1. LN at 6-2. Tonight's Center Grove football coverage was produced by CG Sports Network. Our presenting sponsor was IU Health. Special thanks to Center Grove Gridiron President Aaron Holtz, Sponsorship Director Brent Lay, Treasurer Cindy Adams, Executive Producer Austin Tyke. Our camera operators Bill Todd and Sam Venegas, along with our spotter Sean Guilfoy. Again, the Trojans will have the audio stream for you coming up next Friday from Bloomington South. Kickoff scheduled for 7 o'clock. Again, our next web stream coming up tomorrow. We got a doubleheader for you. 2 o'clock, CG Boys Soccer sectional final at Whiteland taking on the Warriors. And then the girls soccer team will be at Greenwood at 6 o'clock to take on Columbus North in that sectional final. Until tomorrow, this is Kevin Conrad for Ted Kittrell and JB Paxton saying good night, everyone, from Ray Skillman Stadium at Center Grove High School.